It's time for DC Divas football, just outside of the nation's capital here at Annandale High School in Northern Virginia, as we get you ready for the DC Divas and the Philadelphia Phantoms. Good evening, Scott Jackson and Rick Doc Walker here with you, the former Super Bowl champion, as we get you ready for Divas game tonight against Philadelphia. DC on a huge high, Doc. They get the win at Pittsburgh 2 weeks after losing to the Passion right here in Annandale. Huge win for them. They are playoff bound now. They're facing a team tonight, though, that's not only looking for their first win, but also their first points in Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is a trap game. Don't be overconfident. You have everything to lose and very little to gain than another W. Stay within yourself. Don't help the opponent beat you.
Well, for the Phantoms tonight, Carmen Hansen's going to be the one we're keeping our eyes on, as she is the player that is going to try to slow down Amanda Congialdi in this DC Divas offense. And, of course, we're looking for the one to watch for the Divas. It is always the quarterback, Amanda Congialdi.
Congialdi is just a baller, flat out. Makes plays. They may not look like the Mike Vick, but I tell you what, gives you the results.
Yeah, a runner and a passer, obviously, the big left-hander, able to make it happen on all ends of the field for these Divas. So a good one coming up next as we get you ready, as the Divas already playoff bound, trying to finish off the home schedule with a W. Divas and the Phantoms coming up next. Welcome back to Annandale High School as we get ready for the Divas and the Phantoms. Scott Jackson, Rick Doc Walker, and Philadelphia. Doc will get the ball first. They won the toss, want to receive, and here's their keys.
Yeah, sustain the drive. Well, I think that's a good one. Don't turn the ball over. Give yourself a chance to have those prolonged drives and hopefully end up with points.
Yeah, and, of course, they want to finish this season strong as their return to the WFA Pro League has been a tough one. It's a tough transition after being out. Never easy. Divas getting ready to tee it up. It will be Christy Kelly kicking it off. Divas coming off a huge win over Pittsburgh. Can't state that enough.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Kelly, of course, with a big touchdown in that game on the reception from Amanda Congialdi on that big drive that ended up being the difference in the Divas. Boy, to shut down a team that had scored 50-plus on them 2 weeks prior to that, pretty impressive. Here's the Divas keys. Again, that balanced attack, and you know, we talked about it in the open, Doc, just don't give this Phantoms team any hope. You can't.
Don't help them beat you. That's always key. It sounds elementary, but it's the basic in all of football.
Those keys brought to you by Steamfitter 602 as Christy Kelly's getting ready to kick it and back deep for the Phantoms, and circling under, well, it's going to drop. The Phantoms got to get on it, and they do. Headed up the field at the 35, stacked up right there. It's going to be Paris Banks with the return. And a pretty good field position for the Phantoms to get started here.
Yeah, I like it. Didn't hesitate, took it, and just, you know, you want to go north-south. You don't want to turn it over. You just want to have some good things happen to you as long as you possibly can.
The Phantoms, it appears from just the quick math here that they have about 16 people dressed out here today. So they're going to ask a lot of these players that are here, make that 17. I see now 6 subs over there. So it's going to be a big challenge for them, as a lot of these players are going to be on the field most of the way here tonight in a very thick, humid game as Philly in the all-white and the black helmets and the green numerals. The Divas and the throwbacks, we'll give you more on that here in a minute.
I like them.
Yeah, they look good. This is their early vintage Divas jerseys. So, and looks like the quarterback will be Janice Ali, number 27, who's kind of playing a wildcat position. Ali's going to run through a tackle. Jenkins still on her feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, maybe a half yard on that first carry. So Janice Ali, number 27, with the first carry of the game.
Yeah, Banks gave her a lookout block. She said, and by that I mean she turned around and said, look out, because she didn't bust a grape trying to help her block. If everybody's got to do their job, in order to overcome this deficit for Philadelphia, and it gives you a chance.
So second, and they're going to call it a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and 9 coming up for Philadelphia. Again, going right to left here on your screen. And I imagine we'll see a lot of ground and pound from the Phantoms here tonight without their quarterback, Deja Wright, who did not make the trip. So again, out of that Wildcat formation, this time coming to the near side. He's got some space, Banks does, and gets up close to the 44-yard line. So a pretty good pickup there on second down. Run. Brings up a 3rd and manageable here for Philadelphia.
Yeah, Jessica run, left tackle, Jessica Jones. That's decent. You want to keep pressure, pad on pad, give yourself a chance. Now, for this team right now, doesn't look awful. They've had 2 positive plays, and this is all you got to do is gain some confidence. The Divas, you need a play that disrupts things. I mean, you're coming off a big win, as you just mentioned. You can't let a team come out and get confidence on you. You need a disruptor.
So they need to get to about the 46-yard line to the Phantoms. Ball sits right now at the 43-yard line, so call it 3rd and 3 for the Phantoms. Again, Banks appears to be under center, out of the shotgun. No, this time it's going to be Ali. Ali's going to take the snap. No, straight ahead is the fullback going nowhere and stacked up by the Divas. You're talking about making a play, and that's exactly what they did. Is Kerry Hall comes in there and busts that one up, and that was going nowhere.
You called it. That's what you needed, a playmaker. Make a play. Don't allow Philadelphia to gain confidence. You want to strip them of that immediately. What took them so long?
Big defensive play. It actually was Reeves that came in, number 28, with the tackle. And
playmaker.
And now it's a 3rd and make that 4th and about 4 after the loss of 1. So now, again, kind of a interesting look here. Could be a punt, actually, almost deep enough to get ready to punt it for Banks, number 25. We'll see what they
I would advise anything they can do to get the ball out of their zone.
Yeah, a little quick kick, left-footed one by Banks. It's going to bounce and goes for the Divas there a little bit, and it'll be touched.
What are they doing around the ball? Get away from it.
32-yard line. So Divas 1st and 10 coming up at the 30, just shy of the 34-yard line. It's between the 33 and the 34. So the Divas will start 1st and 10, their first drive of this game. And as we mentioned, the Divas in these throwbacks here tonight, the look here this evening, and we get Ghost Marifal on the sideline there. She was very pleased, needless to say, Doc, before the game, talking about that win last week over Pittsburgh. And just the way they, defensively, went from giving up 50-plus at home to holding them to under 20 on their home field. I was really proud of the way her team played. And that game, they came out early and they established the run. And we'll see if they do that here tonight, try to run the football, which set up a lot of stuff later on in the game for Amanda Congioli.
Yeah, it's the key to success, man, especially to go out there and get roadkill.
So Ron Prin really had to be happy with the production last week from his offense. Here comes Rendon, Leslie Rendon getting the first start. Fumbles the football, but it is covered up quickly by the Divas. And that was Kazoo that jumped on it, make that 80. That's Anna Aquino, luckily.
Aquino did a really good job. They came off the ball. They had good movement. We talked about it in the open. Don't give the game away. Philly's trying to go and get plays, be disruptive. That's a good attack, man. That's an attack on a good swarm.
That's a 2-yard loss. So, again, Rendon getting some first carries in the game and quickly welcome into the season there. So, Anna Kinyasoya with the heads-up play, the right tackle for the Divas. So second down now. Congialdi on the pistol. This time it's to Whitney Sims, and she's not going to get much. Maybe gets a couple back to the 35-yard line, so picks up a few. They're going to give her just the 34, so it's a 3rd and long coming up here for the Divas.
Yeah, it's not about how many people you have playing. It's what you get out of those that do. Scott on the defensive line for Philadelphia had a great athletic move, spinning, not being blocked, and goes over to make a play. So, again, you can have 13, 14, 15 players. It's just a matter of what you get out of those that play.
So Congialdi will come out of the huddle. The back to her left and trips to her left. One receiver here to the near side is Navia Howell, who's had a very good season for the Divas. Been kind of the go-to player on these 3rd downs, and she's looking Howell's way. Howell's wide open. Caught it easily inside Phantoms territory, pushed out of bounds at the 34, so it's an easy pitch and catch for Congialdi and Howell.
Offensive line, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. She could have cut up a steak, made some eggs, grits, you name it. Perfect protection, good route, good throw and catch. And that demoralizes Philadelphia. I mean, that they're off to a good start. Watch this now. Boy, that's crooked. I think you and I might have pulled that one off.
Yeah, and Howell just washes it in and been their big receiver. Harmony Buckman, the lone back next to Congialdi out of the pistol. Back to pass looking over the middle and through the hands of Lois Cook, incomplete, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you let them off the hook if you don't put 7 on the board. Philadelphia, they're not afraid. They're not scared. I mean, they've come out here and really impressed me in these opening minutes. But if you're the Divas, you want to punch them in the face, and the only way you do that, get in the end zone.
So now this time out of the pistol, Congialdi, again with Buckman to her left. More of a shotgun look. 2 receivers on each side, including the tight end, Gabby Johnson. Congialdi quickly over, this time to Cook. Cook catches it. He's got some running room. She's got the 25. It first down and a little bit more as Lois Cook is pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 Divas.
Yeah, good throw and catch. Positive play. Don't setback. Don't help your opponent beat you.
Looks like Divas so far. I mean, they've had receivers running wide open, so Congialdi's been able to kind of pick and choose where she wants to go. And that was just a quick little hitter.
But you are what the scoreboard says.
So, again, similar formation for the Divas with Buckman in there to the left of Congialdi. Divas opening drive started at their own 32-yard line. Taking it into Phantoms territory here with the 1st and 10. Give to Buckman, her first carry of the game. She's got inside the 20, gets pulled down at the 19-yard line. So good pickup on 1st and 10 for the running back, Harmony Buckman.
Yeah, Philadelphia's defensive linemen are standing up. And that, I wouldn't advise that against the DC Divas offensive line. They could just run right at them and blow them off the ball because they're standing up straight. They're making themselves vulnerable. I don't understand it.
So now, again, Buckman in there, same formation.
Look at him.
Back to pass. Congialdi got time, throws here to the right side. Caught by Johnson. Makes one tackler miss. Gets inside the 10-yard line. That should be plenty enough for a first down. So 1st and goal coming up for the Divas as the drive continues.
Good execution, but the Divas are doing them a favor. They can slam that ball right down their throat. You got defensive linemen standing up, watching. I understand you might get tired as early in the game, but they're letting them off the hook.
So Congialdi got the Divas inside the red zone here. Inside the 1st and goal now from the 9. Buckman's the lone back again. Gives it to Buckman, going left. She's got the wide side of the field. Tries to cut it back. It's taken down. Really good defense there on the edge by the Phantoms.
Strong
Excellent
pursuit.
Defense there.
Strong pursuit.
On the corner, looks like Beatrice Glinton, number 45, the linebacker, made that tackle in space.
They have fight. I mean, that's the thing about it. That's why DC, you want to eliminate them early. Don't give them confidence.
So, again, these Divas jerseys they're wearing are from the original season. Last time they wore these was 2004. So you're talking way back. Of course, Divas are part of the original 10 National Women's Football League. That's right, before the NFL stepped in and they changed the name to the NWFA. Back to pass. Cook has got some blockers in front of her. Can she get to the end zone? And she's pushed. Did she get in? Let's see what
Yep.
the ref signal. The Divas are signaling touchdown. Do the officials agree?
LQ.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, LC
They
got
finally
in.
got in. Lois Cook or no? Are they marking her down? No, Divas touchdown.
Talked to Lois before the game and said, you owe us one. And she said, I'm going to cash in. And she's a woman of her word.
She sure is.
Yeah,
Big
good
play.
pass pro, good throw and catch. Timing's everything. Still like the pursuit. Philly's not giving up. This time that was just better execution.
Really nice job there on the, it was Gabby Johnson, number 0, the tight end that was out front, had a good block there for Cook to give her that space as she just gets it over the end line. 9-play, 67-yard drive on that final play, a 9-yard touchdown pass to Lois Cook. Took 4 minutes, 59 seconds. The extra point is good. The Stretch Loft, the premier destination in the DMV for recovery, performance, and holistic healing. They specialize in assisted stretch therapy designed to relieve tension, reduce pain, and help release trauma stored in the body, making them the ideal resource for athletes like the DC Divas. Their work supports muscle recovery, injury prevention, and overall mobility enhancement so your players can move better, feel better, and perform at their peak both on and off the field. Divas were at peak performance there on the opening drive, and that's what you want to see if you're Ghost Marifal. As you said, Doc, you don't want to have that letdown after having the game of the year. You don't want to come in here and be overconfident and be sloppy, and they got it together there after a couple stops.
Yeah,
on
Scott,
the first
you're
place.
right, but they are primed. You play your best. Maybe you play a little bit over your head. Then you play in a team that's underachieved and is depleted on a roster, but that's not been the case. Philadelphia has shown heart, some spunk, and we got a ball game.
So back to receive. The Phantoms once again, this time coming and bouncing. Oh, ball's going to hit short. That's a live ball picked up by the Phantoms. Oh, big hit. But the Phantoms do keep the recovery. Wow, what a big collision there. Looked like Ray Diggs.
Put it down. Yeah, that was
Ray Diggs just came flying in there with Yerger.
At the junction.
Rachel Yerger was the player who came up number 14, but it was the blocker who got the worst of it there. And I think that was number 55, I believe that is Alicia Tompkins, who took
Tompkins
a
might be
run.
asleep right now. She might have gone night-night on this one.
Here's another look at it. So Tompkins is blocking right here and just it was a friendly fire situation.
Oh,
Diggs
my
comes,
God,
blows
you're
the
right.
whole thing up, 57, and when she was getting the ball carrier, she also got the blocker. Wow. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the second time for the Philadelphia Phantoms. Last time, Paris Banks was playing kind of the wildcat position at the quarterback. Be interested to see if they have pass plays in their arsenal here, as you've got players working off each other's wristbands coming out of the huddle. And this time it's going to be Janice Ali, it looks like, is going to take the snap. It's number 27, actually make that that's it. Going to be Jaleesa Flagger, number 1 in the backfield. She takes it, goes straight ahead, and met there by Carrie Hall. Carrie Hall, in addition to Vanita Gooden, right onto Flagger. Jaleesa Flagger had nowhere to go except backwards.
Yeah, Hall loves contact. I love the way she strikes through her targets, and that she has bad intentions.
Carrie Hall.
She's not shy. I love that.
She leads the team, one of the team leaders in tackles for loss. That's her 8th of the year already with that one, and has a safety this year. Has also intercepted the ball. She's everywhere on defense, number 22. Big part of what the Divas do defensively.
Well, she hits harder than anybody I've ever seen wear 22.
What will be interesting is if Philadelphia, they're going to have to show they can throw the ball at some point, and the Divas are just going to be able to just blow up the line of scrimmage, crowd the line of scrimmage. So once again, Flagger, the quarterback. Low snap. This time she's going to go to the near side and going to get caught up there and trying to fight through a tackle, but nowhere to go. Really good team tackling there for the Divas, as the first one there was Gooden.
Bullock got it in there too.
Yeah, Gooden Bullock helped clean it up after Gooden held her up. So the D-line and the linebackers.
You got to get some help. I mean, the lookout block, it's just not going to work. You're going to have to put a pad on somebody, and I know you may want to block them, but That's just not going to work.
Yeah,
You got to physically put some pressure on the opponent.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Yeah, 3rd and 14 coming up for Philadelphia. Again, just if you can't, if they can't throw it, and they're going to have some problems here. So it looks like this time it's going to be Ali taking the snap. Now Ali's back to pass. She can throw it. Throws a deep one, but it is overthrown. Got the arm.
No, she got an arm. They got a flag on the play.
We'll see what the call is here.
I like her. Now that's a gun.
She was trying to go to Anisha Hargrove, but she overthrew her by quite a bit. But it's going to be on the Phantoms. The Divas are going to decline, I think. They're looking at the Divas sideline. They're saying decline the penalty. Legal shift.
Yeah, Denise, that was she's got. You can't fake throwing. You can either throw or you can't. She can throw.
So they got to. This will be a situation to keep rotating the quarterbacks like this. They're going to have to be aware of who's back there,
exactly,
and what they're able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So 4th down coming up, and once again, looks like Banks is going to be back to punt it. Punted a pretty good one last time.
Yeah, they just got to get some points before they tire.
Paris
Eventually,
Banks.
you'll wear out.
Low snap, the left-footed kick, end over end, and getting it is Ching Johnson. Ching Johnson's got the. She's going to spin around. Here's what she can do. She did this last week against Pittsburgh, and it was a big one. 50, 45, 40. Far sideline, 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 25. Nice return by Ching Johnson. No flags on the play either, so great field position coming up for the Divas.
That's important, man. You say no flags. That's a tribute to the coaches for emphasizing and the players for doing their thing. Look at that hang time.
She loves to change sides of the field. She sets you up, right?
That's
and
right.
then she just does that little spin move.
Yep.
That's
no
a good
clips. Yep.
Good
no
clean
clips.
block. Two taken out without one block.
Yeah, that's nice.
Johnson got taken a little high.
Brother Mitchell, Brother Nelms, our guys that wore burgundy and gold, I know they're smiling.
Ching Johnson has been electric returning it this year. 3 touchdowns already, or to make that 2 touchdowns already on kickoff returns. And we got a timeout on the field by Philadelphia with 4:37 to go in this opening quarter, and the Divas are going to start 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of the Phantoms. So a good start for the Divas in a great field position. Emergency HVAC problem? Don't sweat it. HVAC911.com connects you with licensed, trusted professionals fast. Whether it's heating, cooling, or refrigeration, they've got you covered 24/7. Visit HVAC911.com to get the job done right. This is not the time of year to have an air conditioning problem.
Not at all.
Especially today. It's the muggy. It doesn't look bad out there, but
no, I thought it would be far worse.
Yeah.
I mean, we had rains. We're on a drain pool, so we get that reservoir that runs through, and it was. I mean, it was rough.
So Divas, of course, tonight also have a Hall of Fame inductions at halftime. So a lot going on here tonight. Throwback jerseys, the Hall of Fame inductions at the half. Here at Annandale High School. And,
I love the way they honor their past players, though. That's great.
A lot of the championship players of the past are here tonight. All right, out of the pistol formation, it is Congialdi to give to Struber her first carry of the game. Struber is going to get stacked up and not get very far, maybe 2 yards. They'll give her 2 on the carry, so up to the 23-yard line. So good defense on the interior there in Philly.
Things that don't go forgotten. Kristen Jones, right tackle for the Divas, 12 yards down the field with a sustained block. Those are the things that you create championship environments with.
So they got Whitney Sims in there as kind of a up back. Play action, quick pass over here to Kelly. Kelly's looking for some space, needs some blockers. Now she's got some, cuts it up back up in the middle of the field. Then she gets stack up, maybe gets about 3 yards down the 20-yard line, bring up a 3rd and 5. So 3-yard pickup for Christy Kelly.
It wouldn't surprise me if they had to go hurry up. If I had a team with 16 players on there, I think hurry up would be at least somewhere on my short list of things to do.
Of course, the Divas from here get a week off. Then we'll host a playoff game, most likely Tampa. There's still a few things to be settled, but the Divas know they're in. But it looks like another matchup with the Inferno. So 2 receivers each side for Congialdi. The back again is Struber. Back to pass Congialdi, 3rd and 5. She got all kinds of time. Now she's going to roll to her right. She might keep it. No, she's pointing downfield. Looks like she's going to throw. And she has an open receiver caught. And it is a catch by Navia Howell. They're going to mark her down at the 3-yard line. 1st and 10 Divas. Boy, Howell is so good on those third down situations.
You ain't said nothing, man. And none of it happens without protection. I like the call because it extends her. She's good on her feet. She can throw on the run. But the big uns up front, once again, proved to be worth their weight in gold.
So Howell in the season, over 300 yards receiving already, averages about 13 yards a catch, has 3 touchdowns, and really has become Congialdi's go-to receiver in these tight spots, usually on the crucial downs. Of course, down here in the red zone, you got to look at Blakey, who's on the far side of the field on the left, the far receiver on the left side. Buckman, and of course, Congialdi has been known to keep a few here, been really good on the ground this year, but she's back to pass this time. Wide open, Buckman. She should be able to walk in, but we got a flag on the play. We'll wait to see what that is, if maybe a player the Divas held or moved early. The Passion are calling it, or excuse me, the Phantoms are calling it on the Divas, and it is in fact a hold, so that will erase the touchdown.
Boy, that was stealing.
Yeah, I don't even know if you needed the hold, frankly. She was so open.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was dictated the line of scrimmage. So, going to bring up a 1st and goal back to the 14-yard line. So, 1st and goal from the 14 for the Divas. So now Ron Prim can open his playbook a little bit more. Mentioned Congialdi in the running, and I know you talked about it in the open. In addition to her 11 touchdown passes, she has 3 touchdown runs in the year. We saw a few weeks ago at home against Pittsburgh how well she ran in the red zone.
Oh, she's effective.
So, again, 2 receivers each side here for Congialdi. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. It's got a receiver, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Really good defensive play there on the back end by Paris Banks.
Boy, that was nearly picked.
She was going for Howell. She had Howell behind the secondary, but Banks, who's been playing quarterback, punting the football, and
kind of nicked up on this one.
Made a nice play there.
That's how it goes. You go for one play, you think you got to score. Now you not only don't get in the end zone, but you might have lost a player.
Oh,
yeah, that's a tough one. That could be a knee.
Her knee got her right side just got caught there. That was awful looking. I hate to see that.
Yeah.
And again, we're just talking about how well Howell has been playing for them. So Navia Howell down on the ground, obviously, pretty serious situation. She tried to get up twice and then went right back down. This is, it's new field turf here of the high school first year, but as you know, I mean, it's field turf, it's different. It doesn't give like grass, and these things happen, unfortunately. Although I'd say at this point, most players are probably more used to playing on this surface than they are grass surface, because it's very rare you play on grass anymore.
Grass, I'm like, you're right.
It's not many places get to do that anymore. Unless, of course, you're playing, World Cup soccer, friendlies, and NFL stadiums.
Whenever you see an injury now, I look and I go, I'm amazed that it doesn't happen more often.
True.
As dangerous as it can be, it really isn't as often as you would like to think. It just shows you have a play, you score, you make a mistake, and now you lose points on the board, and more importantly, possibly a terrific player.
Navia is walking off at her own power. That is a very encouraging sign. Wow.
You saw the way that knee was twisting.
Oh, it was scary, yeah. Now she's kind of trying. She's not taking the help. Good for her. Well, that is a really good sign.
That's because she's scared to death.
Yeah.
You're so scared, not of the injury, but the rehab that leads ahead of it.
All right.
This is a good football team, and this could be a championship team. You want to be a part of it.
So out of the injury timeout, it's 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line. Again, the Divas now. This time we can put trips on the left side. One receiver here on the near side is White. The lone back is Buckman to the right of Congialdi. Takes the snap. Congialdi looking towards White. He's going to throw it that way. White through her hands, incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. So Bianca White broke free, but could not pull it in.
Yeah, ran a really good route. She'll kick herself on film studies when she takes a look at it.
So see where they go here on 3rd and 14. Surprised we haven't seen Blakey yet. Blakey, again, far side, the top receiver on the far side. Kelly in the slot, who's also good in this area of the field. Sienna Britt on the slot on the right, and Whitney Sims the lone back. Here comes Kelly in motion. Give to Kelly. Kelly coming to the near side. It's a sweep. jet sweep. Kelly's going to go towards the boundary, pushed out of bounds at about the 5 or 6 yard line. So that cuts down some of this, and I imagine the Divas offense is going to stay on the field, Doc, here on a 4th and goal.
I hope so. I mean, it really is a challenge, and you got to give Philly credit, man, for being able to stay in there. Boy, that was great up front. They took on the interior. They did not retreat. They stayed really stern up front. Good job.
So an 8-yard pickup brings up a 4th and goal from we'll call it the 6-yard line. Yeah, 6-yard line for the Divas. Lois Cook is checked back in as Whitney Sims checks out, the fullback. And again, Congialdi from 6 yards out. We've seen her do this before.
Doing herself.
Yeah.
A lot of this, she does her own dirty work.
Sienna Britt is the back to the left of Congialdi. He was actually a wide receiver normally. And now we got a timeout, another timeout for Philadelphia. 1:22 to go in this opening quarter.
Get some oxygen. They're going for one big play now.
Well, it's a big moment, right? I mean, this early in the game, I mean, you could be, knocked out here potentially, but down 2 scores early, or you could get this big stop here and a big momentum blow.
Yeah, you got to be. I'm impressed with Philadelphia's with their courage. They could have wilted. They refused to wilt. 16 players, and they're, as Coach Gibbs used to say, fighting their guts out.
Well, I mean, this is a team that, week 1, April 26th, the Divas went up there to Philadelphia, beat them 71-0, and really, kind of set the tone for the kind of season it has been, unfortunately, for Philadelphia. But, they have, over the last few weeks, played closer games with Baltimore and the Tampa Bay Inferno, but still they haven't been able to get anything going offensively. We talked about their numbers issues. They, lack of having their true quarterback here makes it tough, but they have shown a lot of guts here in the early going, and now trying to get a stop here on a 4th and goal to go from the 6. Now Harmony Buckman is the running back with 2 receivers on each side of Congialdi. Now she sends Buckman in motion. Congialdi takes a snap, looking left, throws it out there to Buckman. She's got a blocker in front of her. She'll be able to walk in the end zone. She does. Touchdown, Divas. That was easy. That was how this drive, they thought the first touchdown was. Of course, it got called back as of a hold, but this one is good.
That was great execution. It really was. They not only beat them, they beat them with talent, but they also beat them by design. That was very well designed and executed play.
Ron Prim getting all of his plays out there tonight. Of course, it helps when your offensive line is just giving Congialdi's had all kinds of time.
Yeah, that was no pressure, but that was very well done. Unselfish. Blakely out on the edge. Well done.
Yeah, Blakey with a good block there. So that was a 7-play, 25-yard drive that ended with a 6-yard touchdown pass to Harmony Buckman. Took 3 minutes and 22 seconds for the Divas, who now lead it 13-0 as we await the extra point with Emily Smith on to kick it. Johnson, the holder. Gabby Johnson awaits the snap. And it's down. The kick is up and splits the uprights and good. So 14-0 start here for the Divas with 1:15 to go in this opening quarter as the Philadelphia Phantoms have shown some resistance defensively, but obviously offensively at some point they've got to be able to stay on the field to give this defense a breather. There's Navia Howell, 2 catches in this game, 31 yards, and now sitting down with this injury as they're looking at her leg. We saw that was the right side that they're working on. Hopefully she's all right. More importantly, really, just to make sure she's ready in 2 weeks when they get back when they get in the postseason.
Amen. Yeah, she's an intricate part of their offensive scheme, and it's important. They need to be challenged, and I didn't know if Philadelphia was going to have enough personnel to do it, but they do, and they've shown.
So Christy Kelly waiting for the kicking ball, and the Phantoms, again, they got to find some way to stay on the field offensively to help this defense. Back to receive, it's going to be Janice Ali, and also number 14, Rachel Yerger, who returned the last kick. So again, 1:15 to go in this opening half, or the opening quarter, excuse me. Divas 14, Phantoms nothing. Kelly kicks it low, end over Yerger. Yerger's chasing. She's got to field it. Still in play. Heads up, has the 10-yard line now. Goes sideways and is going to get taken down by the Divas right around the 11-yard line. Really good kick coverage there from Washington. And 37 and 34, that was Struber. And also King in on the tackle.
Job well done. Shows you the impact of special teams, man. when you invest in special teams, you are rewarded.
When you make them work for it, right? Like, they'll make it easy on them. And that was a great job by Kelly to change the way she kicked it. Last time she kicked it short. This time she kicked a liner. And obviously the receiver misplayed it back there and could have really been disastrous had she not picked it up because, again, it's a live ball, and it was not rolling in the end zone either. It was sitting right inside the 5-yard line. So Philadelphia, third possession coming out of the huddle. Down 14-0, 1:08 to go in this opening half, and it, again, will be Janice Ali, it looks like, in the Wildcat formation. Now she's going to clear the backfield, so it is definitely Ali. Now the back comes back and settles next to her on her right. Ali takes the snap, going to pass. And we got whistles. I think they've started quickly. A false start from the Phantoms on that one is, I don't know if it was when Beatrice Glinton moved over. She wasn't set. Might have been 45 when she came back into set. So now that's going to back them up even further. Looks like the 8-yard line now is where the ball will sit. So 1st and 15 for the Phantoms. I mean, we're looking at it. We're in the Divas sideline, Doc, and what do you think? Like 25, 30 people here, right, in uniform for the Divas at least.
It looks like
they look at Philly sideline, and there's maybe 3 or 4, and I can't see. Some of them are blocked by the coaches. Others are kind of just standing up near the yard marker so they can switch players during in between plays.
It's like we're in an intramural scrimmage.
Yeah. That's tough. That's a tough way to go.
But they don't play like it, though. That's what I'm impressed with.
Yeah, they do not.
And now, got high energy.
Now we got another whistle. What are we going to – some confusion here. They respot the ball. All right, so now the Phantoms are bringing another player off the sideline. So, again, 1st and 15 from the 8. Ali, the quarterback, deep shotgun. Waits the snap, takes it. She's back to pass. She's going to load up, throws a short one, and quickly stacked up and going nowhere. Really good, quick defense there by the Divas. That was Benetta Rouse.
Yeah, just need a little bit of block, a little bit of help, and she didn't get it.
So lost 3 on that play. 2nd and 18 coming up. So 2nd and 18.
She needed a block. Couldn't get Glidden to help her out.
So now 2nd and 18. I think they might. I don't know if they have to run another play this quarter or not because this clock is now 32 seconds. And it's going underneath, but I think they'll have to get one more play off as they get the sub in from the sideline kind of late. Philadelphia backed up in their own end here, 2nd and 18. And again, it looks like Ali will be out of the shotgun, along with Henson in the backfield. Back to pass. Ali throws one deep over the middle. We got a receiver there, incomplete, overthrown. The intended receiver looked to be Yerger, and we got a flag on the play.
I wonder why a receiver running with her hands up.
Flag in the end zone. I don't know what that was.
DC ought to hope it's not roughing.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to give them a get out of jail free card. That'd be the last play of the quarter potentially too, because the time is up, and that will end the first quarter. But let's wait to see what the call is. If it is, that's on the Divas. It looks like an ejection. Who's walking off the field? I guess we'll find out soon enough. It looks like something happened. I think 45 is out for the Divas, which would be Brandy Pete. Not sure what happened, but they pointed to an ejection, whatever happened there. They have not marked off the penalty yet. There must be a personal foul of some sort, which is going to give a huge break for Philadelphia. It's going to unsportsmanlike conduct, they're calling it, on Pete. And they marked it off all the way to the 20. And that'll end the first quarter. So we'll find out what the numbers are when we get back on the break, after the break. But the Divas with a 14-0 lead as the officials are switching sides, and a big break for Philadelphia to start this second quarter straight ahead. But the Divas off to a good start, 14-0. Stick with us. We got second quarter action straight ahead here on Divas YouTube. That was weird. I don't know what she did.
Do you have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steam Fairs Local 602.
Second quarter underway. First play, a 4-yard run for the Phantoms. The Phantoms were held to 0 yards in the first quarter by the Divas defense. So the Divas defense doing what they want to do here so far. Alex Ruiz's crew, and of course Willie Bennett, the assistant defensive head coach.
Doesn't sound like you're real.
Yeah, 0 yards.
0 yards.
Well, they got 4 on the first play of the second quarter, so that's a good sign for Philly as they got it 2nd and 6 now.
But they started off well.
They
did. Showed promise.
And again, out of the this pistol formation. Now the quick whistle, I think another false start. It's probably the problem with this, trying to get these quick snaps off. And the quarterback that time was Patrice Glinton, number 45. And Glinton was trying to get to the right edge, but before they could get there, they blew dead. So now the 4 they got goes back a yard from lose 5, so 2nd and 11. So the Phantoms, again, still looking for the first points of the season. And tonight, having to play without their true quarterback to add to the degree of difficulty. So this time, it appears Ali will be the quarterback. She's the one who's got the cannon. She's going to run right. Trying to get to the edge. Good defense by the defense. Yeah. Oh, really good tackle there in the open field by the Divas, number 21. That's Jamaica Sharp.
Love to see a defense. Think that might have been Rouse, but it just doesn't give up the edge. That's the key to it.
Yeah, Rouse set the edge, and then Sharp took her to the ground. Let's see what the flag's for. After the play, unsportsmanlike on Philadelphia. So Philadelphia is unsportsmanlike. Of course, we saw earlier a Divas player, Rouse, get ejected. I could really back them up if they decide to take it. And they will back them up. The play counts. It's after the play, so the play counts and the penalty. So you're bringing up a 3rd and forever. They got to get to the 30-yard line. And the ball's going to sit about the 8.5-yard line. So about a 3rd and 22 coming up.
For Philadelphia, it's 3rd down and 22.
It's a 3rd and 22. Banks out of the shotgun. Back to pass. It's actually Ali over the middle. Oh, almost picked off. Kerry Hall had a chance at it, but incomplete, and that'll bring him a 4th down. Hall had a chance. Arzu.
She just quit on it, but she quit on it.
Yeah, Arzu also had a shot at number 50.
Broken up by the Divas. It's now 4th down.
It's a 4th down. Shanice Ali
Tell me
got
you're
away
not
with
going
one.
to punt.
They pretty much have to at 4th and 22 at this point. And Ali has been punting the last couple times. Let's see, Banks has been the punter. So Banks will be in there in that longer formation, not quite a full punt formation, but it's definitely going to be a punt. Back to receive for the Divas, Britt and Shink Johnson blocking downfield for the Divas and out of bounds. That's going to be great Divas field position. They'll get it at about the 28-yard line of Philadelphia. 1st and 10 up 14-0 already in this one. So the Divas starting, they're going to give it to the 30-yard line of Philadelphia. This offense has scored every time they've had the football, so 3rd possession, see if they can keep that going.
I can't say I didn't expect the score to be like this, but I'm surprised that Philadelphia didn't get more points based on the effort they put forth.
So Divas 1st and 10 now from the Philadelphia 30. Congialdi gives it to Sims. Sims going left side, got some space, going forward, keeps those legs churning. She's going to get the 1st down almost. No, just shy of the 1st down. 9-yard pickup, Whitney Sims on 1st and 10. What a run.
Yeah, that was running with your buddies. That old line up front, man. That left side, right side rather, was pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Whitney Sims, we've seen it. She's one of the more difficult players to bring down in this Divas team if you get her ahead of steam. If you don't hit her at the line of scrimmage, you're in trouble. So further downfield she gets, the tougher it becomes. So Sims will stay in here. 2nd and 1. Congialdi waits for the snap. Now she's going to pass it quickly, throws it out here at far side. Caught by Britt. 1st down and a little bit more, and she gets shoved out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So
that's
a
chemistry.
1st and 10 for the Divas. Real quick pitch and catch with Sienna Britt.
Chemistry, timing, whatever you want to call. How do you stop that? You don't. That's impossible to stop.
Well, and you notice, too, like a lot of the players, obviously, in Philadelphia are playing both sides of the ball, right? They're playing offensive defense. You just keep them running.
Keep them running, but that was just flawless execution.
Whitney Sims remains alone back. 2 receivers each side to Congialdi as she awaits the snap. It looks like somebody got off a little quick. That was, if you're going to go offside, you might as well do that, right?
You might as well finish the play taking that hit.
That was Anaya Scott.
That was a thump.
Anaya Scott just came through with some bad intentions over Wimberly. Well, she actually came through. Like
she came through. It could have been worse. Yeah.
Jocelyn Williams got knocked over.
She just gave you a little side action.
Yeah, that could, you're right. It wasn't as violent as it looked initially, which is good for the Divas. So 2nd and 5 now for the Divas. Ball inside the 10-yard line, sits on about the 8. So the 8-yard line. Again, Sims stays in there with Congialdi. 1st and 5, give to Sims. She got the 1st down, sniffing towards the end zone. Touchdown, Whitney Sims. Whitney Sims puts the Divas at another touchdown.
While you're calling it, she's picking up momentum. Your voice escalated, and her velocity escalated. That was fun to watch in motion.
Well, like I said,
this offensive line. Come on, Scott. Eventually, they're going to just wear you down. Look like student body right.
And Sims didn't even touch the ground. Yeah, I mean, once she gets the first couple of yards, you're out of luck.
You're in trouble.
Really you got to make a business decision.
You catch her, you got to catch her in her stance.
Yeah, you're making a business decision there. If she's on the edge, she's gonna make you pay. 3 plays, 30 yards. A lot of it was Whitney Sims, of course, the one penalty as well. Took 1 minute 43 seconds as we wait the extra point. It's a 20-0 game. Divas. Smith on for the extra point. Snaps down. Hold is there, and kick is good. Emily Smith splits the upright. So 21-0 Divas on top. Have been very workmanlike here so far. Are you looking for a career that builds your future? Steamfitter 602 is more than a job. It is a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a path to success. With top-tier training, great pay, and unbeatable benefits, we keep the DMV running. Ready to join the best? Visit steamfitters-602.org today. So Divas rolling along. They've pretty much done what they wanted to do here so far against a undermanned Philadelphia team. They were hoping to come out here and not make it harder on themselves, Doc. And so far they have played a pretty clean game and have made it look easy.
We're not surprised. I tell you what I am thoroughly impressed with is Philadelphia's start. They need to execute a little bit better, but they have not given up. They have shown some resilience, but they're going to have to make some plays or this could get ugly.
So 10:45 to go in this opening half. So Christy Kelly going to kick it off. Back to receive deep for Philadelphia is Yerger once again, and also Ali. And these kickoffs have been a bit of an adventure for Philly here too. Last time Kelly kicked a liner that went over Yerger's head and really put the Phantoms in a hole. Let's see what she does this time. Another low, this time. Oh, it's a squib kick. Oh, liner, is it still alive? Just covered up, luckily, by the Phantoms. That time, that was like one of those drive kicks where you pick somebody to pick on, and she did that. As
she almost got her chest broken out of
Aisha
that
Tompkins recovered it, but she took a
hit with a Diggs.
Oh.
I think Diggs almost
yeah
busted a rib cage.
Yeah, Tompkins recovered it for Philadelphia, but or to make that Wilson 56, and you can see her holding her arm. Now she's spinning around there. So Wilson 56. So 1st and 10, really good field position for the Phantoms here. See what the Divas defense can do. But Kelly was definitely trying to make something happen here.
Missed it. Oh, that was off a foot.
So they kicked it off of it did ricochet off a Phantoms player, so that would have been a Divas ball had they been able to recover it.
Good recovery.
So 10:40 to go in this opening half. Philadelphia with their best field position of the game. They're just 4 yards shy of touching midfield for the first time in this football game. So we'll see what the Phantoms offense has set up. It looks like this time the quarterback may be 25 back there. Is Paris Banks once again. Banks going left. Going to get met at the line of scrimmage and stacked up and going nowhere. No gain. King comes in there for the Divas. 37 was the first one there.
Yeah, that job well done. Again, setting the edge. We talk about it a lot. We sure know teams that don't do a good job at it. The Divas have been magnificent when it comes to that.
Well, remember 2 weeks ago, that was the big thing that killed them here.
Yep.
3 weeks ago, now,
3 weeks,
against Philly or Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And that loss. Then, of course, in the return game up there after the bye week, clearly the message was set because they did not get beat on the edge in that game. So Banks was trying the left side, but really good job. King coming up, really nice tackle, and then help from the top there as well.
Yeah, I like that.
From Fleming. So first, make that second down at about 10.5, really. As this time it'll be Ali in the backfield. She's the one who can throw it. Janice Ali, number 27. And the Divas either jumped off or were drawn off. Looks like an offside on number 98. Jada Jenkins. Yep, Jada Jenkins offside. So free 5 yards for Philadelphia as they're finally on the Divas side of the field when they'll run this play. Janice Ali again out of that shotgun formation. Got a bunch here to the near side, and we're going to get a whistle. And the referees are going to call false start. This has been a problem for Philadelphia, is just getting the snaps off clean. So the 5 yards that was gifted has now been given back.
Offsides against Philadelphia. Second and 10. Remember, fans, get into the 50.
So second and 10 coming up for Philadelphia. You see Ali on the far side of the field getting the calls and then running it back out from Coach Keith Smith. And, I mean, it doesn't even look real over there to see that sideline with just the 3 subs standing up and you got 2 on the bench. And then on this Divas sideline, you got enough to set up roster 2 more teams. It's a tough way to play, especially on the road. So give Philadelphia a lot of credit for posting. Ali back to pass under a lot of pressure coming to their side. She's going to try to get to the edge. Can she get there? No, she gets met and taken down at the 46-yard line. Big tackle by Rivas. Ricky Rivas is fired up. We got a flag after the play. I don't know if it's going to be unsportsmanlike. The Divas are pointing the other direction. With the refs. Refs are really chatting this one up. This is a big-time conference going on here. So they're going to pick up the flag, whatever it was. All right. And that is a good defensive play for the Divas. So no flag. Ball will be spotted right at the line of scrimmage again, so a no gainer. Big tackle by Rivas. I'm not sure what they were looking at, but that was an excellent tackle. Clean, everything.
That was textbook.
Nothing wrong with that. Didn't seem like anybody did anything after the play, so they pick up the flag. They restart the clock. Here coming up second and, it should be third down. Yeah, third down and 10. Clock approaching 8 minutes left in this opening half. Divas scored all 3 times they've had the football, 21-0. Philadelphia had briefly had the ball over the 50-yard line for the first time in this game, but now back on their side of the field. Once again, Ali, the quarterback, number 27, Janice Ali, waits for the snap. Back to pass. Loads up with some pressure, just throws it up in the air. Only Divas there to catch it, and they let it drop incomplete, so they'll bring up 4th and 10. It's kind of a rush pass.
He better be glad.
Yeah, she was fortunate that that thing went incomplete. She just kind of threw it up there in the middle of the field. It's going to be tough for Philly if they have to throw the football, as we've seen here. So Banks, once again, I would imagine coming out to punt. Unless they've changed punters. No, Banks is back into punt. Paris Banks. Divas have to get a player off the field. 7:34 left in this opening half, and it's been all DC Divas here. Now one more player on the field late for Philadelphia. Just get their 11 on the field. Banks, short, high punt, and it's going to get a Philadelphia bounce and down quickly at the 35-yard line for the Divas. So that's where Amanda Congialdi in the offense will get started their 4th drive of the game as Anisha Hargrove downed it. So 7:26 left in this opening half. Divas on top, 21-0. It's there. Struber will be the running back for the Divas coming out of this.
Yeah, they promised us there would be rotations.
Well, they have a good deep backfield. Of course, earlier in the game, the lone negative for the Divas, obviously, is Navia Howell, even with that injury. Hopefully she's okay. But
Get the possession 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line.
Don't think we'll see her again tonight, but it was encouraging that she at least was able to walk off the field. And handoff, little misdirection, but Struber straight ahead, push in the pile. Wow. About 4-yard
nice
pickup.
execution. I like that.
They faked the jet sweep and went straight ahead with Struber. She picks up 4.
You have to be really patient during this time. Know who you are. Worry about your identity. Don't give a crap about the opponent. Run your plays to get better for the upcoming weeks. And that's a pretty good indication.
So 2nd and 5. This was a 5-yard run. Congialdi all kinds of time, throws it over to Szilard. Szilard pushes, can't get out of the tackle.
Nice tackle.
That was a really good open field tackle after a pickup of about 2 yards.
Yeah.
So Szilard first looking for her. Safrania
She wasn't having it. She was not going to be the object of that criticism.
could not quite shake the tackle, but picks up 2 yards. So 3rd and 3 coming up. The first down can be got at the 44-yard line. So really it's just 3rd and 2 for the Divas. And Struber next to Congialdi, waiting for the snap. Congialdi takes it, gives the Struber. Struber coming in the near side. She's got the first down and perhaps some more as she cuts up and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 49-yard line, making it the 50. So good pickup there of 6 yards as Struber gets the Divas chains moving. So a pickup of 8 officially, and 1st and 10 at midfield for the Divas.
They seem to be in a business-like mode right now.
Yeah, they're very, very business-like, been clean so far. Trips to the right. Congialdi loading up on behind her, but Kelly makes a nice adjustment and catches it. 1st and 10 for the Divas now inside of Phantom territory at the 32. 16-yard pickup. They're going to mark her at the 34, but a 16-yard pickup. Really good adjustment by Kelly if you watch the replay here, Doc.
Just finds a pocket. I mean, they just throw and catch today. Execution is key. Not a lot of emotions needed.
Divas, the first game of the season, they were really not happy with the amount of penalties they had. They've really been working to try to clean that up. Big run for Struber up the middle. She could go all the way, and she does. Touchdown, Divas. 34-yard touchdown run from Sarah Struber.
There's a little of that explosion. Wembley, you're going to see, gets a key block. This offensive line, you just can't say enough good things about them. Regardless of who you play, it's how you play. And right now, you have to be really excited about what the DC Divas are doing now. Back-to-back weeks, execution. Watch this. It'll come up on your screen right about now. You see it in the back. It was Wembley, 53 to center. Never gives up. Kept her eyes upfield. Nice little sleeve block, and you get a score.
34-yard touchdown run for Sarah Struber. It's her 4th of the season. That capped off a 5-play, 66-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 36 seconds. And the Divas now cash in on the extra point as well to make it a 28-0 game. So 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Divas. We want to thank Beatty Management Company for today's game and broadcast partnership and their support of the DC Divas. Beatty owns and operates and develops neighborhood and community shopping centers strategically located in the most desirable, productive markets throughout the greater Washington, D.C. and South Carolina markets. Thank you, Beatty Management Company. So been all Divas here. Happy sideline, Ghost Marifal, and you see Ron Prim with the headset on there. Offense coordinator, got to be real pleased with the way his team has executed so far. As you said, Doc, kind of business-like.
Yeah, and you're also in the midst of celebrating your history with your alums, and you never look down on an opponent. I don't think they did. And I thought I was impressed opening up with Philadelphia.
So Yerger and Ali back the receive for Philly deep. Let's see what Kelly does with this time. This time she kicks it end over end. Yerger's going to take it and he runs into Ali briefly, but now straight ahead, 30. He's got the 35, spins out of a tackle. David 38, slammed down there. Whew. Big tackle there from Ching Johnson.
I like it. Gotta like that.
Your top corner, top returner. She's also a hitter on special teams. Ching Johnson's a football player.
I agree with you. The one thing about it, we're back to receive a kick, and you get it. The least I can do is go block for you, and vice versa. You don't need another person watching you.
Let's take another look at this coverage. Really good coverage by the Divas after you're going to
got to go. Yeah, so you got to need some help. You don't get it, you got to help.
Slow
and
down.
I'm not just putting it on her.
Right.
Set her up. Give your girl a shot so she can help you.
TJ Stevenson did a nice job there, too, helping Johnson hold her up. I got another whistle here before the snap. The referees are telling Ghost Marifal something with 4:40 to go in this opening half. 28-0 game. Not sure what the conversation is over, but the Phantoms will have the ball first and 10 at their own 36. And it actually never had a single snap play on the Divas side of the field because the one time they did line up on the other side, they ended up getting a penalty for 5 yards and never got the playoff.
You're right.
So they've not had an official play in the opponent's end so far in this football game. Ali out of the shotgun again. She's got an empty backfield. Now we have more whistles. I think we're going to get a third Phantoms timeout and final timeout of this half with 4:40 left. So at halftime, the Divas will honor the 2025 Hall of Fame class. Defensive lineman Dex Walker, also defensive back D'Amica Reese, former quarterback, among other things, Callie Brownson, also kicker Stephanie Nellis, and their team photographer Doug Charland also will be honored at halftime. The Divas Hall of Fame tonight taking place. She mentioned Dr. Those do a great job. Rich Daniel and company with this, remembering the organization. Of course, you got an all-time great player, Hall of Fame player, Ghost Marifal, as your head coach. That helps as well.
Yep. But Rich, he's a 24/7, 365 worker.
That's right. And he's got to be excited because this team's got a chance. I mean, that comeback win last week against Pittsburgh was
that's
huge.
why it's possible. Yeah,
was huge because that's the best team. Those teams will probably get a third matchup in a few weeks if all things go the way they have been going. But a lot of football here left tonight. Divas trying to improve, and she said work on themselves with a 28-0 lead, 4:40 to go. Ali waits for the snap. They're going to go left side. Cuts it back. Big hole there. Ooh, met up in the hole by Carrie Hall. Wow. Carrie Hall meets her literally
that's why you
right
have
in the
to
middle.
Wear a mouthpiece.
Woo. But boy, Ali just jumped
Ali's
up.
acting like she wasn't hit. She's wobbling over to the sideline. Believe me, she's going through some spiderweb treatment right now.
Going to talk to the head coach. They get the call.
Okay, my bad. She's cool.
Keith
she
Smith.
Took that hit.
Yeah, Keith Smith's giving her the call.
I thought she was playing that off.
Now she gets the calls from the sideline every time, and comes back for her. But boy, Hall just met her.
Yeah, that was a wallop.
So under 4 minutes left in this opening half, a 2nd and 5. But Ali had some room there. I think we might finally have a little bit of that wet stuff coming out. So you got umbrellas popping up in front of us.
Yeah, well, I was told it was going to be all. When I looked last night, I was told all night it was going to be.
Yeah, we've been fortunate to dodge it to this point today. And as long as the stuff in the air doesn't come, and that's another flag. Oh, boy. False start. So the 5 yards. Every time the Phantoms do something positive, they're just giving it right back with these penalties. A lot of false start, a lot of illegal motion penalties on this offense so far. And you got to, figure with all the different personnel, this is going to be an issue. So you got to try to simplify things at halftime, perhaps. Paris Banks was the quarterback, or is the quarterback now in taking the call from the sideline coming out.
See umbrellas, so I think precipitation is imminent.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah. It's for reals now, yeah. Might cool it off a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I'd like to. I wore long sleeves thinking that it was going to be wet all day, so, I feel justified now.
So Banks with a snap. You got this bunch over here to the right side. Banks is going to go to the right side with some blockers, perhaps. Tries to cut it back, but met in the backfield and taken down.
It was a big mistake.
Woo. Ray Diggs, Matter number 57. Diggs is not fooled by that. Really good penetration there. He also had penetration on the defensive line. It was the 89 Rachel Cutts that blew up that play, too.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Another look at it
Good
here.
pursuing team. I like to see my defense still getting off blocks. Nobody slows up. Keep bringing it.
So third down. They need to get to their own 46 here to continue this drive. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left in this opening half. Clock's moving now. To briefly stop him. So Ali's the quarterback, and it's the 2-minute timeout. So 2-minute timeout. Of course, they play college rules here in the WFA, and we're in the second season of the 2-minute timeout like the NFL, and before half and at the end of the game for college football, and doing it at this level. I like it. I mean, I always thought it was always a good thing to have. And in college football, I think it's been welcomed by the coaches.
Yeah, I am too. If they're not paying you, I mean, at the highest level, the more breaks, the better. I think it gives you a better product. People catch their breath.
Well, the funny thing, of course, in college football, they told us it wasn't going to mean an extra TV timeout commercial, but guess what they did?
Ching, ching.
They still made it.
Ching, ching.
They're still using it as a commercial timeout. They went through all that talk about trying to speed up college football, and in the end, I think they cut off about 4 minutes from the game last year.
But it was getting to be ridiculous.
Well, you probably could cut some of the half times a little bit, I think. I don't know if we need I mean, you can give the bands their time, but I don't know if every game needs 17 analysts on them at halftime. And I say this as somebody that does this for a living. All right, out of the pistol, or out of the shotgun, I should say.
Like you don't. Yeah.
Quarterback, back to pass, fire one up far side. Ew, incomplete. That could have been ugly.
That
Could have been a
freebie.
pick six. Yeah, Jaleesa
freebie.
Flagger this time. That was Jaleesa Flagger's turn. Normally a linebacker. And so that's going to bring him a fourth down with 1:54 to go. So the Divas offense will probably get really good field position here. And, of course, with Ching Johnson, I mean, if she gets her hands on the ball, that could be an instant six if you're not careful.
And they should think the way you think. Because right now you're working on the future. Try to score, try to do everything you can.
Well, last week after the Divas got the safety on Pittsburgh, Johnson took the free kick back. You know, that was a huge swing in that game. Here we go. Paris Banks, left-footed punt, high punt. And underneath it and calling the fair catch. And fumbling it is Bianca White.
I think she lost it.
Or was it Sienna White? Excuse me. Is it Sienna Britt? I think Sienna Britt. My bad. 26. Yeah, Sienna Britt fumbled it. Who got it? The Divas did cover it up. Boy, that was a good break through the Divas because that was almost disaster.
I thought Johnson had it.
She's got an injured player here for Philadelphia, too. Out of that was a weird collision. Oh, boy. You have two players down for Philadelphia. Now you see Emily Smith out there helping out because she is, of course, an EMT. Oh, that's – that's 33 and – they got 33 on the – that's Santiago, Natasha Santiago that just rolled on her back. And I think it's like almost like they collided, the two teammates, the helmets. Maybe a leg. It's Carmen Henson sitting down and also Natasha Santiago for Philadelphia. And they're trying to – Henson's up. Santiago is now getting up, so that is a good sign for both players standing up on their own. That was scary. Trying to go for that football. And Santiago walking off on her own. The Divas did recover that fumble after the after the muff punt by Britt. They did get on it, so the Divas will start 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of the Phantoms. And Santiago, you see her on the sideline, and I believe the other player, Henson, is also walked off.
Henson. The good news is that it looks like both should be good to go in the second half.
Yeah, I think Henson's trying to stay on the field right now, and I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, Henson just put her helmet on. She's on the sideline now. That's good because I'm sure she wants to play, but that's not the best idea right now. Get to halftime. 1:45 to go. So trips to the right of Congialdi. Congialdi has Hermione Buckman to her left. The near side receiver here is Dana Blakey. Congialdi takes a snap. He's going to dump it off here to Buckman. Buckman's got a blocker. She's got the first down a little bit more. Going to get pulled out of bounds at around the 34-yard line. So nice pickup on 1st and 10.
Yeah, good execution. I know it's hard, but you just have to stay focused. As if you're trailing, that's the best way to trick yourself, and just keep trying to execute the play.
So Congialdi now with 2 receivers on each side of her. Of the formation, Buckman alone back. Loads up over the middle to Cook. Cook catches it. First down and then some. Makes a tackle or miss. Inside the 20. Spun down around the 12-yard line. So a big pickup for the Divas as they are in business with 1:16 to go in this opening half. Trying to put up some more points before the halftime.
Well, Lois is cooking in the slot. Eating it up, man. I like it.
Good snag by Lois Cook, who already has a touchdown here tonight. So Congialdi from the 12-yard line. And they blow the whistle. I think the Divas move quickly. Yeah, false start, Divas. So we were talking earlier about how the Divas had done a pretty good job avoiding the sloppy plays and the penalties in that one.
Until we say it.
You get in the red zone, you hate to see that. Of course, they were able to get away with one earlier where they had a touchdown taken away. See if they can overcome their own mistake here with 1:06 to go. Still a ton of time left. So this Divas offense. And they're going to restart the clock. So now I think the Divas are now going to burn their timeout. So Ron Prim's telling them now to stop the clock. You don't have to come on the sideline.
Are wearing throwback uniforms. First worn.
So Ghost Marifal, head coach. Team's already locked into the playoffs. We'll get a bye week and then we'll host a playoff game. As things stand right now, it would be the Tampa Bay Inferno, another game between those two squads. Of course, Inferno came here earlier this year. Divas beat them in a pretty good football game, 38-28. So they have now put more time back on the clock. A lot going on here with this crew tonight. So 1:06 left in the opening half. Divas still have a couple timeouts left, too, if they need them. It's Congialdi again with Buckman in the backfield with her. 2 receivers on each side of the formation for her as they go 4 wide. Blakey on the top of this formation up on the right side. Back to pass. She's looking to Blakey. No. Now she loads up, throws it towards Johnson in the corner of the end zone. She caught it. Yes, touchdown! Amanda Congialdi threading the needle to Gabby Johnson.
They make it look easy. They make it look easy.
Just got that underneath the defense. What a beautiful throw by Amanda Congialdi.
And it's not pouring it on. It's doing your job. And you always try to put in your mind offensively that it's 0-0, or you can even fake yourself out and say you're trailing, but you want to stay focused in the moment.
So that caps off a 3-play, 46-yard drive, a 17-yard touchdown pass. It took 48 seconds. Congialdi to the tight end, Gabby Johnson. All right, for the extra point, it is Emily Smith on with Johnson, who just scored the touchdown holding. Snap there, holds down, kick is up and through the uprights. Good. So 35-0 Divas here with 58 seconds to go in this opening half. And they have 5 for 5 in their scoring drives. Let's get another look at Congialdi, Doc.
Good pro. Look at the pro. Pro holds up. Focus, concentration. She stayed on it. You love it. They earned that.
What a great throw. And she was throwing, off balance because they had the pass rusher was coming at her. Yeah, and she still got rid of it. And great job by Johnson with the adjustment coming.
Yeah. None of it's
back
easy.
Shoulder.
They make it look easy.
Sure do. That was big-time play. And initially it looked like Congialdi was trying to load up for Blakey on that side and then goes to the underneath receiver, Gabby Johnson. So really good drive there for the Divas with that short field. And with 58 seconds to go in this half, we'll kick it off once again. Christy Kelly has shown us a variety of kickoffs tonight from her. Said the deep one, short one, squib kicks, drive kicks. Philadelphia at this point, you just probably want to get in the locker room and
I'm
do a
still
head count.
Impressed with those short numbers and their gutty play.
Yeager drops it, but Ali picks it up at the 15 and goes straight ahead and gets taken down to the 22-yard line. Whew. Rebus takes her down. And Ali, who has been the quarterback, she's been the running back, she's a little bit of everything. The Philadelphia sideline was looking for a penalty, but they didn't get it. So 23-yard line is where this will start for the Phantoms. 49 seconds to go. Again, they have not crossed the 50-yard line to run a play across the 50. They did have the ball spotted across the 50 after a penalty just to give the 5 yards back. So they've yet to run a play in Divas territory tonight. So this time it looks like the quarterback for the very first time is going to be Laura Davis. Make that Lorraine Davis.
Got the edge.
Good to the edge for Davis. Good run. So Davis and fresh legs with a big run. Lorraine Davis, big pickup on first down.
He got stung a little bit. Got a little stinger.
Oh, no. I mean, it's just like they can't catch a break, Philadelphia. They get a positive play, and they'll get a penalty, or in this case, you get a positive play, and the player that gets it's now injured with 41 seconds to go in half. So ball spotted at the 36-yard line. 41 seconds left in this half. And the Divas will get the ball to start the second half. Philadelphia did win the toss and chose to receive. So Banks will be out of the shotgun this time. Paris Banks, number 25. Banks going to try the right side, and we got flags. Oh, boy. Another false start for the Phantoms. So they'll back them up 5 yards. Second and 15 coming up. We'll make that first and 15 coming up. 41 seconds left in this opening half. It has been all DC Divas, 35-0. Now the quarterback is going to be Carmen Henson. Henson, bad snap, and it's covered up by the Divas. Unbelievable. Wow. The last thing you want to do if you're Philadelphia, and that is recovered quickly by DC's number 94, Zakia Perry.
Yeah, good teams don't use aerosols. They use sledgehammers. They don't. Then they just come in there, and this is kind of unfortunate, but then again it's not, because the Divas are hustling to the whistle, to the ball, and this is a sign of a champion.
So first and 10 of the 25 with 37 seconds to go in this opening half. Divas trying to make it 6 for 6 on offensive drives. Congialdi coming from the sideline. Buckman's going to be in there as the running back. And look at who's back in the game, Doc. Number 14 is coming out here on the near side. Navia Hell.
You're not surprised, are you?
Wow. That scary-looking injury earlier.
Yeah, no, we're blessed.
We are blessed. Great to see her back out there, feeling confident enough here on the near side. As it trips here on the left of Congialdi. She's going here, wide open, caught by Johnson. She turns the corner, 15. Changes hands with the ball to the inside the 10. 5, gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Gabby Johnson.
Wow.
Second of the game from Amanda Congialdi. Just like that, the Divas are hitting the 40 mark.
Yeah, they're really good, and they're toying with their opponent, and they're having fun in the process. And this is not pouring it on. This is just living true to who you are. You put work in throughout the week. This is what happens. Now you go in and you bust people up.
One play, 25 yards, 25-yard touchdown pass Congialdi to Gabby Johnson. Took just 9 seconds, and it is a 41-0 ball game with 26 seconds to go in this opening half. Emily Smith on for the extra point with Johnson as the holder. So Johnson's got 2 touchdowns here in this last couple minutes. Snaps down, holds down, kick is up and good. So 42-0 Divas with the lead with 26 seconds to go in this opening half.
Now their challenge is to maintain this intensity or get other players in,
right,
and not losing the intensity when they put backups in.
Look at Johnson. Wow, what a great move.
That was
just
nice.
This little stutter step, hold the ball, then get in there. Big time move. Of course, she did a good job holding the football and the kick, too.
Well, you can see you were the first to really harp on it, and that is last night's victory. When you went up,
yeah,
that inspires you. And if you had any doubt about how good you can be, that was the indicator. This is just you're doing what you were supposed to do.
So 26 seconds left in this opening half. Kelly to tee it up again. Again, DC will get the ball to start the second half. Philadelphia sending out more players. They were short for a second on the kickoff. Now I think they have 11. Yeah, they have 11 now. So Kelly here teeing it up. 42 seconds to go in this opening half. All DC. It's a pop kick, and coming up under it and catching it is Yerger. Straight ahead, it's got the 40, 45, 46. So pretty good return there by Rachel Yerger. So this is where the drive will start with 19 ticks left in this opening half. Yerger getting up a little slow. This has kind of been the story of the night for Philadelphia. Already shorthanded, losing people.
Well, now we get to find out how much dog the Divas really have in them. They going to let up, or they going to push pedal to the metal?
It's like for Philadelphia, 27, Yanika Ali will stay in a quarterback. She's been splitting time in the back with Banks, among others. Maybe Ali's the running back in this formation. No, Ali's going to be the quarterback. All right, and takes the snap and just going to take a knee. And Philadelphia is going to make the decision for the Divas. They want to.
Tell you, that receiver ran downfield like that play was coming to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were all on the same page.
I don't know what the referees are talking about, but we're ticking towards the end of the half. And the rain's coming down, and that'll be the final play of the half. Divas poured it on here. 42-0 at half. We got a Hall of Fame ceremony coming up here at halftime, and a second half ahead. But the Divas have shown no let-up since that big win up in Pittsburgh last week. Come out here and made a statement here in the opening half. Stick with us. We got halftime festivities next, and the second half still to come here on Divas YouTube.
Pain? Know all of your options before surgery. The top physicians at Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are leading the way in regenerative medicine. Take a new path to healing with non-surgical treatments and state-of-the-art orthopedic care. Patients are avoiding unnecessary surgeries every day at locations across the DMV. Find out what regenerative therapies can do for you and schedule your virtual or in-person consultation with Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Start your dynamic diagnosis and treatment plan now at rosm.org.
Longest continuously running Hall of Fame in women's football. And now we welcome the 11th class to be inducted into the DC Divas Hall of Fame. Our first inductee, a natural leader, dynamic playmaker. This Hall of Famer made her mark on both sides of the ball, starting as a defensive back, where she ranks second in team history in career interceptions. At just 22 years old, she was named team captain in 2012, and again in the following 2 seasons. In 2015, she transitioned to running back and became a key offensive standout on 2 Divas National Championship teams. She was a second-team All-American in 2013 and earned first-team All-American honors in 2015. Brought home gold medals from the Women's World Championships in 2013 and 2017, serving as team captain for Team USA in 2017. In 2018, she made national headlines as the first full-time female coach in NCAA Division I football history when she was hired by Dartmouth College, and in 2020, she became the first woman to coach an NFL position group in a regular season game with the Cleveland Browns. She later led Team USA to a gold medal as head coach in 2022 at the Women's World Championships. Today, she continues to shape the future of the sport as a senior director at USA Football, guiding the U.S. men's and women's national flag football teams towards the 2028 Olympics. A trailblazer, a champion, a Hall of Famer, our first member of the class of 2025, Callie Brownson. While not with us today, accepting on her behalf, Coach Becky Worsham, a teammate on the Divas and a member of the USA national team that won the gold medal twice.
Hello, everyone. Callie knows how much I love public speaking and asked me to do this. So thanks, buddy. I know you're listening. All right, on a serious note, Callie is truly sorry she couldn't be here today. She had a very important work thing she had to be at. She would like me to she'd like me to thank some very important people on her behalf. First, her dad, Bruce. He has been her biggest supporter, both personally and for the entire team, whether it's driving across state lines, making sure everyone was hydrated, hauling equipment, cheering louder than everyone, or handling behind-the-scene logistics. He always showed up. He believed in Callie, and the Divas never wavered. So much of our success is thanks to his steady and unconditional support. She also wanted me to thank her teammates, Rich, the entire Divas organization. A huge thank you to the fans and supporters who've stood by us through the Divas through the years. Without you, we would not be possible. So on behalf of Callie, thank you.
Our second member was a model of consistency and reliability, routinely turning 6 points into 7 with precision and calm under pressure. She didn't just handle the PATs. She had a strong leg for field goals and none more memorable than her franchise record 32-yarder in the 2015 National Championship. That kick proved the Divas' second half points, but it was a dramatic 30-26 victory over Dallas. In 2016, as the Divas claimed back-to-back national titles, she set a team single-season record with 51 PATs and was named first-team All-American. Followed that up in 2018 with a second-team All-American nod. And after just 4 seasons, she retired as the Divas' all-time leader in both PATs and field goals made. A clutch performer, a true champion. Join us as we celebrate the incredible career of Stephanie Nealis.
Okay. Just want to say the best friends you're ever going to make are your teammates. And to any of the family and friends out here supporting the players, cherish these moments. You're going to have memories, but you'll never get the moment again. So make sure you cherish it while you're here. Wish I was still playing.
Another one that was up and good. Our third member, a veteran presence, a steady force on the defensive line. She brought experience, toughness, and leadership to a Divas squad chasing greatness. After 6 seasons with 3 different teams in Pennsylvania, she joined the Divas in 2014 and became a respected leader on the defensive front. In the 2016 National Championship game with just 8 minutes remaining, our next honoree recovered a crucial fumble that set up the Divas' game-winning drive in a 28-26 victory over Dallas. A second-team All-American in 2017, first team in 2018, and a key contributor to 2 national championship teams. Please welcome to the Hall of Fame, Dex Walker!
I'm making short and sweet because I don't want to cry, but I appreciate everybody, all my teammates. I love y'all, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, you want to take a picture? You want to take a picture? Your picture.
Our next Hall of Famer began her career with Baltimore. After battling the Divas over 2 seasons, she and several teammates joined the team before the 2004 season. She and her former Baltimore counterparts helped solidify a Divas defense that was scored upon only once during the 2006 regular season. That same year, the Divas would win their first national championship. At safety, she was known for her hard-hitting style. In 2005, she was part of the Divas team who competed in the reality TV Gender Bowl in Hollywood, California. And after retiring as a player, she turned to coaching and returned to the Divas to help shepherd the team to back-to-back national championships, becoming one of only 4 players in team history to win one as a player and as a coach. Congratulations, Hall of Famer Tamika Reese.
I'm not going to keep it short or sweet. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to thank that young lady who's here, my mother. I'm grateful that she not only watched me play, but she's also here today. And I'm grateful to her for my body, because she's the only reason I'm over 5 feet. But I also have to acknowledge 3 men who are not with us here today, okay? I have to really be grateful for my father, Robert Reese. He gave me the body. I'm grateful for Adrian Mobley, because he made me a monster. And I'm grateful for Ezra Cooper. Because he gave me the honor to play for this organization and be a part of this team. He accepted me, and so did you. And I swear, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday practice was like a championship game. I never worked more hard against these women under this tent than I ever worked against anybody in my life. I knew for a fact there was not a wide receiver or a running back or a tight end that could mess with me at all, because I knew y'all was going to make sure I was going to be great. So as much as this is about me, this is about you. Thank you for accepting me. I gladly take it.
Our final inductee. No one in sports history has photographed more women's football games than this Hall of Famer. For more than a decade, he remained committed to covering the Divas home and away, investing in equipment, investing in the Divas, producing action shots in a way that showcased the players for everyone to appreciate and respect their efforts. Lifelong memories have been created by his dedication and attention to detail. His recall of Divas games, players, and great moments is second to none, along with his respect and recognition for the women who play and the men who coach and support them. Let's now take photos of this former University of Maryland football player as he enjoys his historic moment and becomes a Hall of Famer. Congratulations, Doug Charland!
I just want to thank Rich and Mr. Hammond before him for always making me feel like a part of the organization, the players for always making me feel like part of the team. I got to thank Allie and Amanda and Trigger for always signaling me the plays at the line of scrimmage, so I knew it was coming. It made me look really good. So my only goal was ever to add some additional value to being a diva for the players that they didn't have to pay for. So on Monday or Tuesday morning, they'd open up social media and see things to talk about amongst each other and things like that. And it ended up being the most fun I ever had in my life. So thank you.
Congratulations, Doug. Let's get all of our Hall of Famers out in the rain one more time for a group shot. Take your Hall of Fame trophies. Here is the Hall of Fame class of 2025. All right. We've got 1 minute until the action begins again. Are you ready for the second half?
Back here at Annandale High School, Divas on top 42-0 at the half over the Philadelphia Phantoms. And did you see that halftime ceremony included the Hall of Fame class of 2025, Dex Walker, D'Amica Reese, also Callie Brownson, Stephanie Nellis, and team photographer Doug Charland. A impressive time. Of course, the rain came just in time for them to go out on the field, Doc.
At the same time, man. It was a beautiful thing, man. I remember a lot of that period and that time.
A lot of champions out there.
A lot of champions. And they all talk about the hard work and the unity. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
Well, at the half here, Scott Jackson, Doc Walker will have the start of the second half here in a little bit. But let's get to our halftime numbers brought to you by Steam Fitter 602. And been all Divas. Look at that, 307 total yards. Phantoms 17 rushing yards. No passing yards, obviously negative in the passing yards. Look at it, Amanda Congioli, 77% completion percentage to go along with those 307. And been an impressive workman-like effort for the Divas coming off their biggest win of the year, winning up at Pittsburgh.
And Philadelphia started off blazing. I mean, it really was no lack of effort on their part. They just didn't get that key play needed to get them close to the end zone. And it's been the topic of their season. But I was impressed. They were impressive even in that 42-zip half. But now they need to be able to cash in and get on the board.
Yeah, the Phantoms unable to cash in. They had one opportunity. They finally got the ball on the Divas side of the field, but quickly were penalized and moved backwards. That's been part of the problem, too. Again, they've not had their regular quarterback here tonight, so they've been playing a lot of this wildcat action, and false start penalties have really cost them opportunities to even have a chance to execute on offense. But see, they clean that up here in the second half. And, the other problem is the battle of attrition here. They already came here with short numbers, and, losing a couple players in the first half certainly has not helped matters. So you got to give Philadelphia credit for trying to gut it out here today in what has been a challenging season in their return to the pro side of the WFA, the pro division, as they have come back this year after a year off. So from this division, that's a tough way to go. But they've been battling, at least in the Divas. Again, they're just trying to tune up here at this point. It's not personal. They got to get better and use these opportunities in games as their last game until the playoffs, and they'll have a week off. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. As Divas will get the ball first to start the second half. Stick with us as the second half is straight ahead here on Divas YouTube.
What does it mean to be a DC Diva? I can tell you what it's not. It's not about one player seeking all the glory, or one player fighting to be an MVP. It's about a team fighting together. Women's tackle football is reserved for the resilient. This game is not for the weak. And if you haven't counted up the immense cost to be part of this sisterhood, don't even step foot on this field. You will hurt. You will feel real pain. And you will have to earn your keep. In the end, you know one simple fact. We will make it. So what does it mean to be a DC Diva? It means to play for the name on your chest and not on your back. And when you get that, you know you're part of something bigger.
Back here at our rainy Annandale High School, thank you to Beatty Company for today's game and broadcast partnership for their support of the DC Divas. Beatty owns, operates, and develops neighborhood and community shopping centers strategically located in the most desirable and productive markets throughout the greater Washington, D.C. and South Carolina markets. See, it's been all Divas, 42-0 on top of the Phantoms of Philadelphia here in this opening half. Scott Jackson, Rick Doc Walker with you here. And as we look at some of the highlights of this first half, the Divas have been a perfect 6 for 6 on their scoring drives, Doc, when they've had the football. And this was the first one of the game. And Lois Cook got it in the end zone.
Yeah, Lois has been tearing it up in the slot. And it was good to see her hit pay dirt. She talked to me before the game. And I said, I need at least one. She said, you got it.
And here are some highlights from Philadelphia. This is one of their better runs of the game. But, again, Paris Banks then getting stacked up the next time she touches the football. This Divas defense.
So that was the hammer.
Carrie Hall there, this big-time hit. And then more Amanda Congialdi, a little pitch and catch to Lois Cook, who does a good job catching the ball, securing it, and getting them down in the red zone on that play. And Cook, of course, making some plays. And there, of course, Ching Johnson, who always seems to make plays and returns, had a big punt return.
Reverses that field, brother.
And there's another hit on defense, Rivas. And this was Gabby Johnson, one of her 2 touchdowns. Great run after catch by the tight end to put the Divas back on the scoreboard again right before half, where they lead it now 42-0, and getting ready to receive to start this second half. And a kind of picture-perfect start here for the Divas. We'll see how they handle the second half, if they maybe try to work the clock a little bit more, do they work on some other things as they get the ball. A little bit rainy now. The rain, which had been holding off most of the day, just showed up suddenly. Back to receive. Ching Johnson and Sienna Britt for the Divas. And the short kick picked up. Oh, kick by Struber. Struber now gets it at the 40, collects it. 45-50, 45-40. Still on her feet, 35. Slips down and taken down at the 33. Big return after the initial muff by Sarah Struber, the running back.
Oops.
20-plus yard kickoff return after the initial muff of the kick, and nicely done by the team's running back.
Straight ahead.
Struber
the
also
key is they
touchdown
just look
today.
organized. They didn't get caught off guard. You can tell teams are well coached. They've actually had that drill in practice, and they reacted to it accordingly. Go north, south, get upfield, and take advantage of their mistake.
Of course, it's a player, too, that's used to handling the ball and really good at it, and Sarah Struber, no matter what she's asked to do.
Yeah, baller.
She's going to stay in the game as the running back, as Howell now walking off the field. And 2 receivers on each side of Congialdi. Kind of in the pistol here. She sends Sienna Britt in motion. Congialdi gets a quick snap. Throws it over to Blakey. Blakey's first touch of the game. Gets to the 30. Maybe pulled down to the 29. Wow, that was a horse collar tackle. That's going to be another 15 yards. Blakey hopefully is okay. She's slow to get up. But that is not what you want to see from one of your best players. And Ching Johnson is sprinting out of the field to make sure Dana Blakey's all right. And she is getting up. And the officials were quickly to throw that. I'm pretty sure they're calling a horse collar. Either that or a face mask.
Well, you can see why they want to outlaw that technique.
Now they're picking the flag up. They're saying it's a clean tackle, whatever it was. Now they're going to pick it up. Let's take another look here. It did not look good in live, but, again, you slow it down, it's easier to see. Yeah, it was kind of up by the that is a horse collar.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would pull it.
Pad. I don't know what their definition of it is.
That's been called a horse collar
for
the last year and a half, 2 years. Interesting. Well, Lois Cook will now come into the game as, again, Dana Blakey has to go up slowly. I think she's took it pretty bad on the tailbone there. And again, they're getting ready for the playoffs here in a few weeks. You don't want to see players like Howell and Blakey, your big receivers, deal with injury here. So after a first down play, that puts the Divas on the 29-yard line of the Phantoms. About a 5-yard pickup on 1st and 10. Struber in the backfield. Congialdi gets the snap, gives it to Struber going right side. She makes one player miss. Still on her feet. She's got some room. First down and then some. Inside the 15-yard line. Good cut by Sarah Struber.
Yeah, that's just too easy.
Got a flag on the play, though. It's coming back. Holding the Divas. So they'll have to replay it. Let's get another look, though. Struber doing a great job. There's the hold right there.
Inside. Yeah, see it inside.
It's a good call. It's a really good call. Although I'll tell you what, Struber is so quick, I think she might have got the corner anyway. But
yeah,
you can't. The officials.
But D-line, you make people hold you.
Yep.
That means you're doing your job. You get somebody that can't stop you at the point of attack, make them hold you.
So the ball moves all the way back to the 39 of the Phantoms. So the Divas now with a second down and 14 yards, making a second at 14. They need to reach the 24-yard line of the Phantoms. Trips to the right of Congialdi. Struber the lone back. Back to pass. Congialdi thrown out here in the near side. Caught. Sienna Britt makes a player miss. Turns it. Got the 25. Got the first down. Maybe right there on the first down marker. What a play. Going to be right on the marker now. They're going to call her a yard shy. But that's all right. It's a big pickup of about 13 yards.
They stay in attack mode, which is good. It's promising.
It's third down and short coming up. Maybe a yard to go. Struber to the left of Congialdi here on this third and short. Congialdi gives it Struber. She's got the first down and still on her feet and picking her way towards the 26-yard line. So nice 3-yard run by Sarah Struber.
And they all are, because it seems like, she's gliding a little bit. She's looking for another crease. It wasn't a crease that time, but I like everything about the way she runs the football.
And she makes sure she moves those chains, most importantly, right?
And I love the old line up front. I mean, that's why they have a chance to be a special football team, because that front five up front, man, they're nasty.
Ball sits at the 21 of the Phantoms. Again, the Divas trying to be perfect on these snaps. Here's a jet sweep to Britt. Britt breaks a tackle, still on her feet, gets held up for a minute, and I think she's close to first down. She got face mask this time. They're going to throw the flag, and she's going to be called about a yard short, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be first and goal coming up for the Divas after the face mask at the end of that run. Nice jet sweep, about a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, good balance.
Yeah, personal foul face mask. So they got that one. They're not picking that penalty up. And the Divas are in business once again. But we have a player on the field, middle of the field for the Divas when their lineman's hurt. Might be the center, Wimberly.
They're just quicker to the punch.
Yeah, that's 53. Nia Wimberly, their center, that's down on a knee right now.
They had one whale of a game, too.
Ghost Marifol's talking to her. Might have just had the wind knocked out of her. She's trying to catch her breath as they bring her some water. Nope, she's passing on the water. But the Divas will be first and goal, the goal at the 6. And we'll see if Wimberly goes out. Maybe T.J. Walker or LT Walker, Latanya Walker would come in at center, number 77.
As physical as they are, they should have 2 or 3 plays that almost anybody can run, because it's not necessarily on the back, in my opinion. It's the old line. And these young ladies are fantastic, and they can knock people off the ball. So line up and let's go.
So Wimberly running off the field. She's going to come out for at least a play, it looks like. So 77 is LT Walker, who is in the game. Let's see if she is the center or if they slide on the line here. Walker going into the game was listed as the center. The backup, and it looks like she'll play that position. They won't disrupt the rest of the line too much, because Williams will then slide over. So Congialdi with the new center in the game is in the pistol. Buckman, the back behind her. Congialdi talking to. It's a little trick play, quick snap, and throwing it is Cook to Congialdi, who knocks over one tackler, 2 tacklers, gets down close to the 1-yard line. Gets her helmet knocked off almost. You don't want to see that happen, but Congialdi gets up.
I like the deception, but they didn't need it. They just need to go north-south with that line. I mean, I love that, but that's against somebody you can't block. They can just block them. Go ahead and knock their behinds off the ball and get in the end zone.
Yeah, Johnson was supposed to make that block, and Congialdi got in front of her, and that's why Congialdi waits for the block or Johnson's in front of her. I think that's a touchdown, but instead she takes quite a shot. So now looks like Gabby Johnson is going to be the quarterback out of the kind of the Wildcat formation. She is the backup quarterback in for Buckman. And she's going to keep it. Going to try the left side.
There you
Stops, pops, goes towards the middle, fumbles the football. Got a little too cute. Ball's loose. Did the Divas pick it up? Divas say they have it, but that was ugly. The direct snap and switching hands.
And this is what they get. They're down here, farting around doing trick plays instead of just running right down their throat because their offensive line gives them the ability to do that. So that's my shot on it. So we'll see what happens.
So now Congioli probably coming back in here as it is a –
sometimes, you can just overthink things.
Second down or third down coming up.
It's not about winning the game. They're already going to win the game.
We got another injured Phantom player down in the middle of the field. They've had a rough night here with injuries to add to the execution issues.
And it's been worse for them against the Divas.
Yeah. The Divas at 8:44. Now the injured player is up for the Phantoms. That's a good sign. Number 67, Precious Johnson, appears to be okay. And now, if we come out of the sideline, it'll be a 3rd and goal for the Divas. The ball sits about the 2-yard line. Make it the 1-yard line after the Johnson fumble was recovered by the Divas. And it looked like, once again for the Divas, recovering the fumble was Akinyosoya. I mean, she's had a couple of big plays tonight with loose balls, the right tackle.
Yeah, that's unusual for, your OTs to be that athletic to come up and grab those loose balls on the ground.
So now you got kind of the double fullback package, if you will, for the Divas with Carrie Hall behind her, Whitney Sims, and, of course, if they go out of the pistol, it could be a keeper here, or not going under center. It could be Congioli straight ahead. Who knows? And here we go. It's going to be Sims going right side.
That's
too
me,
easy.
baby. There you go.
Walks it in. Whitney Sims, her second
That's
touchdown.
Me. Oxtails and neck bones. That's me. Let's get off tackle. What are we messing around with all these trick plays? I mean,
7 for 7 for the Divas tonight.
Yeah.
With touchdowns.
Let's not mess around. We got it. Let's use it. And let's get out of here because in the end, the bigger, stronger team is going to win the game if they don't give it away.
Yeah, that's really what you're looking at coming into this one. The Divas knew they had a huge advantage in talent and personnel and, just don't do anything stupid here. And that they've done a good job of keeping it clean for the most part tonight outside of those few plays leading up to that touchdown. So 7 plays, 66 yards, 6 minutes, 45 seconds. 1 penalty for 10 yards, and it is a 1-yard Whitney Sims touchdown run. And we've got what do we have here? The officials calling to delay a game on the Phantoms. And I would like to think at this point we've got the running clock going for the rest of the way, but we'll see.
Don't count on it.
Because it is running. Yeah, it is running now. Okay. I think the Phantoms have to agree to that or request that at this point, but clearly with the numbers and the lack of numbers and the scoreboard, it makes sense. And the extra point is no good. First miss tonight as Emily Smith pushes it a little bit far to the right. So here's another look at the Whitney Sims. This was an easier one than the first one she had as she just kind of waltzed in the end zone. But the missed extra point makes it a 48-0 game. Emergency HVAC problem? Don't sweat it. HVAC911.com connects you with licensed, trusted professionals fast. Whether it's heating, cooling, or refrigeration, they've got you covered 24/7. Visit HVAC911.com to get the job done right. Divas have pretty much gotten the job done right tonight. 48-0 here with 6:13 to go. And again, the clock is moving now. We'll be running the rest of the way here in the third quarter. Divas very much in control of the football game, and we'll get a week off before the postseason. Christy Kelly teeing it up. The rain is kind of in and out. It was harder earlier during the halftime ceremony than it is right now. It's just kind of lighter rain. At some point, I think they put the lights on in the stadium. So Kelly to kick. Ali and Yerger back to receive deep for the Phantoms. Little knuckleball bounces up. That's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty on the Divas. So good field position coming up here for the Phantoms. Flag, of course, because it does go out of bounds, so they'll mark it off. Just actually to spot it straight at the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Phantoms. Still looking for those first points of the season. It's been tough to come by here tonight with the yards with the offense without the true quarterback plans. They've been alternating in a lot of different players.
Which would be hard for any team.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's not easy at all. And the lack of kind of continuity with it. Right now it's like going to be Paris Banks 25 out of the deep shotgun. Got kind of this bunch here on the left and a little bit of a bunching on the right side as well. And this time Banks is going to go to the right side and go left side and go nowhere quickly. Stacked up fast by the Divas. And that was Stevenson in there first. And they carry Hall, help wrap it up.
Yeah, and the effort some of the ladies are giving up front is just borderline awful for Philly. You got to give better effort to block up front. You just can't stand in front of somebody. Not a team like the Divas. Got to give a little bit better effort, and they were doing that up until this here lately, and that's discouraging because if not, you're going to just be annihilated. If you choose to play, then play. If not, take the uniform off.
Rouse initially looked like she had a shot for a loss in the play, but wasn't able to bring down Banks, who got it closer to the line of scrimmage, but still lost in the play of one as Stevenson gets credit with the tackle there along with Kerry Hall. So
they've shown amazing energy up until lately. You keep playing because they have got to score. So I'm out there part of that team now. You got to will your way to the end zone.
So clock's still moving here. Third quarter play. And back to pass. Ali into coverage. Oh, almost picked off through the hands of the defense. That would have been perhaps a pick and then at least some field position. If not, could have had some room there. But that was Spring Gamble, a linebacker.
Well,
hit her in the hands.
Had the DB number. Had me going for a minute. I thought,
no, it's a linebacker.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what got me
Gamble
going.
30. Yeah, she knows it. Yep.
Yeah.
She had it. And Gamble, who was a depth player getting on the field, got to be chomping at the bit to make it play and had a chance there. So 3rd and 11 coming up. And again, Philly just really taking their time at this point in the huddle.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, coming out of it. Again, Ali's got a pretty good arm. It's just not been able to find the accuracy so far. So Banks now out of the deep shotgun with that bunch on the right side. And we got movement on Philadelphia once again, it looks like. Divas at least pointing at the Phantoms. Yeah, another false start. So back them at 5 more, making a 3rd and 16.
And we need Philly to just, they didn't start the game this way. They started off with a nice edge, and they didn't look like the record. You never want to look like it, and now like they're losing confidence.
Yeah. So 29-yard line is where they'll snap it here with a 3rd and 16 for the Phantoms. Ali back in at quarterback. Rolling right. Going to keep it. Runs with it. Going to get some of it back. It's back towards the original line of scrimmage, but not much more than that as the Divas stack are up. Now we're under a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter play, and that'll bring up 4th down. I imagine a punt.
for the Phantoms.
So Sienna Britt back to return, and Ching Johnson both set up. Britt's going to set up around the 40, the 38. Ching Johnson same. And we got a quick whistle as another false start. My goodness, as Banks tries to punt away. And then also be the end of the quarter. So you got the penalty and the end of the third quarter of play. So we'll switch sides of the field. And as we reach the end of the third quarter, 48-0 Divas on top. They have scored on every single possession here that they've touched the ball. We'll come back for the final quarter. Divas trying to put an exclamation point at the end of the regular season before the playoffs.
Have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steam Fairs Local 602.
Short punt downed by the Phantoms. Divas will start around or at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10 after that punt. So the Divas trying to make it 8 for 8 with their scoring drives. They've scored on all 7 thus far. Scott Jackson, Doc Walker, as we start this fourth quarter of play, as you see the clock is moving, the scoreboard indicates that you play with a running clock and the opposing team has to agree to it. The losing team, I should say, has to agree to let the clock move, and Philadelphia has done that. So
we bless them for that.
Yes. I mean, they're not only, overmatched here, they're shorthanded with personnel right now. So not a great prescription. So out of the shotgun, back to pass. Congialdi's got all kinds of time. She's loading up, going deep, got an open receiver. Oh, through the hands of Sienna Britt, incomplete. She had Britt. She had her. So an incompletion. It's a 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, Congialdi could have ordered a sandwich back there.
Sure could have. And you hate not to catch in. You just waste good pass pro. Look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. Spiral.
Oh, it's a good throw. It's a good throw. Yeah, Britt's going to be thinking about that one. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Divas. Again, clock will continue to run. You got trips on the right, one receiver here to the near side. And the low back is Struber going left. And good run across the 50-yard line down to the 48-yard line. Excuse me, that was not Struber. We got some new personnel in there. That's 48 for the first time. And that – I don't have a 48, so I don't think it's 48. Is that 46 maybe?
We got on that.
That's 43. Leslie Rendon. Okay, that's Rendon. Okay. In our defense, they don't have the lights on here.
And we are aging. You can't put a little of that on aging.
Yeah, they're coming on very slowly. There you go. Christy Kelly out in the flat. She's going to turn the corner. She's got the first down.
Corner.
Oh, flag down. Kelly still on her feet. Can she take it all the way? No, she's going to get drugged down around the 15-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. Oh, there's a couple flags on the play.
That was incentivized there. That was nice.
That was a nice cut. Boy, there's some laundry on the field, but, yeah, that's probably coming back, unfortunately, for Kelly. Let's take another look here. What a great move here, though, in the space here to get the corner.
Love to see your buddies keep blocking for you. Keep helping out. That's nice.
It looked like it might have been a face mask at the end of the run. We'll see what it is, the call. Now, refs are talking this over. They got a full-on conference going on the far side of the field where the second flag is. There's one flag laying at the 46. There's another at the 35. And here's the official call. Holding on the Divas. I think that was initially on the turn and then the face mask downfield. So they will offset, and they're going to have to replay the down. So I think whoever the blocker was that cleared out the DB for Kelly was holding. And then obviously Kelly get the face mask grabbed on the.
Well, at least there's a little bit of excitement.
There was. Now Kelly really shows some burst, doesn't she? Right
that
here.
Was nice. Yep, there it is.
And then there's the face mask. I don't know if there was. Maybe the face mask was on the blocker.
Yeah,
is that what they're calling? Because it wasn't on Kelly.
But they'll go over that.
Yeah.
We want no joggers on tape, not during live action.
So Rendon's the lone back. It trips here to the near side. Rendon, who started the game, back in now, getting some looks. Back to pass. Congialdi quickly to Rendon, drops it, and incomplete. So that was a third down there. So this fourth down coming up for the Divas at the 48-yard line. Will they punt for the first time, or will they stay on the field? I think Congialdi, I know what she wants to do.
You knew that.
Yeah, they're going to stay on the field. Why not? You work on these things. They've had a good success rate this season on fourth down. So 4th and 10. Clock still rolling, 10:20 to go here. A 48-0 game. Divas, again, scoring touchdowns in all 7 of their possessions so far. Missed the extra point in the last one.
It's human nature. Just back off just a little bit. That's who you're fighting against.
So, again, trips to the left to Congialdi. One receiver on the far side is White. Back to pass. Congialdi going to load up. Caught it by Blakey. First down. Dana Blakey. And then she gets pulled down after getting inside the 40-yard line. But a 1st and 10 for the Divas. A good execution when they needed it on 4th down.
10-yard gain, 1st down, Divas.
Another look
there. This is when you're really good, man. Great pass pro, good route. Come back, meet the football. Try to pick up some yards after catch and got your teammates running by you, giving good effort. That's a good football play.
Congialdi with the climb in the pocket there, too. A little bit of pressure on her. She's got the stack to her right. Again, Rendon, the lone back to pass. Congialdi looking to load up towards White. She's got White behind the DB. White catches it. 10-5, touchdown. Congialdi to Bianca White for 6.
Wait until you see that pass protection. Thing of beautiful. It's just art. I don't care if you're playing against air. That is magnificent.
So the Divas putting up over 50 here tonight at home and having a good time on Hall of Fame night and the throwback night. Let's look at another look at this.
Look at that pass, pro. Oh,
what a great pass. Beauty. Great catch, too, by White.
Comes back, contorts her body, makes the catch, finishes up. Job well done.
Caps off a 5-play, 52-yard drive. That is a 38-yard touchdown pass. Took 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Congialdi to Bianca White. What a beautiful play. And the extra point attempt coming up here from Emily Smith, who missed her last one at the other end of the field. Here now in the wet conditions. Snaps down, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Divas have made it a 55-0 ball game and continue to score every time they touch the football here tonight.
I'm not mad at them.
Again, you got to get yourself ready. It's going to be 2 weeks before you play another game back here as they are going to play most likely Tampa. So you got to get ready. Let's get to tell you about our good friends at Beatty. Thank you to the Beatty Management Company for today's game and broadcast partnership for their support of the DC Divas. Beatty owns, operates, and develops neighborhood and community shopping centers strategically located in the most desirable productive markets throughout the greater Washington, D.C. and South Carolina markets. Thanks to Beatty Management. All right, Christy Kelly. Now Emily Smith is going to kick off this time. Christy Kelly normally handles the kickoff. Smith will handle this one. As the clock is moving and the Divas fans are celebrating here in a little bit of a rain. Ghost Marifel's going to be happy with what she saw here tonight.
Well, let's hope she's not. Let's hope she finds something that she can get after him at it. Never want to coach happy until the last whistle of the last game.
Well, there's certainly no letdown, which has been the big
thing. That's
good.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Fumbled, but picked up by Ali. Stutter steps, gets dropped at the 39-yard line. And jumping up quick is Diggs to say, no, I didn't do anything wrong. You don't want to get any flags here late in this game, so Diggs with a strong tackle. So Philadelphia will have it once again. Phantoms have not run a play on the Divas side of the field. Of course, as we've documented throughout the game, not only a team that's yet to win this year, but they've not scored points. Pretty good kick there by Smith, who doesn't normally do that.
That really is a good job.
And then coming up, Diggs, boy, what a great tackle. Ali kind of gave her a shove, so Diggs is like, no, I didn't do nothing. Seen a lot of some subs in the Divas secondary.
Well, I would hope somebody could show some emotion down 55-0.
So now the Phantoms trying to see the quarterback's going to be. It's been a mystery, of course. It's been play-to-play sometimes here tonight. And get a player on
now,
late.
if I'm Philly, I just don't want to be shut out. I don't want to be skunked. 55-0. Are you kidding me?
This has been the problem. So Philly has to burn a timeout to avoid the delay of game.
Well, to think they're demoralized, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
But that's why you're supposed to be professional. You're not – things that should happen to John, Jane Doe aren't supposed to happen to you. So clean your act up and finish the contest up. You're not going to back away from your check. You're going to expect to be paid in full. So finish the job.
From hospitals to data centers, Steamfitter 602 keeps the DMV powered, heated, and running strong. Our highly skilled tradespeople build and maintain the systems that keep life moving, earning great pay, top benefits, and lifelong security. Whether you're starting fresh or looking for a change, Steamfitter 602 offers a world-class training and career that lasts a lifetime. Ready to take the next step? Visit steamfitters-602.org and build your future today. And here we go, lights up and strong, and a run to the left, and a good one for the Phantoms. A pickup there by Jaleesa Fladger, and boy, we got whistles and flags after the play. We got a little extracurricular. Things getting chippy down there.
Good, it should be.
With under 5 to go. They'll give her 6 yards, Fladger, on that play. We'll see what the flag's on. It looked like a little extracurricular after the play.
55-0.
Unsportsmanlike on the Divas is going to put the Phantoms somewhere they have not been this evening, which is on the Divas side of the field. And touching the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Phantoms. 4:27 to go. Again, trying to get their first points not only of this game but of this season as they wrap it up here tonight against the Divas. So unsportsmanlike conduct was the call. So 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Appears Ali again will be out of the deep shotgun as the quarterback. Got a bunch over here to the right side on the near side of the field. See if she comes this way with a run. Maybe tries to load up. Yep, she's running right side. Got a big hole, 35-30, taken
nice.
down. Big run. Finished that run, too, didn't
that's
she?
the way you finish.
9-yard run on 1st and 10. She'll be marked down to the 31.
Well, the story behind the story now is that Philadelphia doesn't want to be shut out. They've got to score a point.
Yeah.
And the Divas should be fighting their guts out now to get that goose egg.
So Divas has burned a timeout with 3:25 to go. To get some personnel, I think, change there. There's a little bit of a discussion here with the Divas defense as they come on over. The coaches are talking to them. They're probably reminding you when you said, let's pitch a shutout.
Hey,
Let's
you want
finish
to be
this
the
thing.
defense
Yeah.
that has allowed the points
Yeah.
to a team that hadn't scored?
Yeah,
You
that's,
got to be kidding me.
Yeah. They want to finish this game the right way. Now, they do have some depth players in there, but still, you should be able to continue to execute. You've been practicing for this all year. So 3:25 left. Referees blowing the whistle to say the timeout's over. And the Phantoms, see if they stick with Ali at quarterback. Janice Ali, number 27, or if they switch it up. I think it looks like this time they are going to switch it up a little bit, as they're going to go with Jelena Fladger, number 1, who's going to take the snap. Low snap, bobbles it. Oh, boy, trouble. She falls on it.
Oh, my girl.
So just after a 9-yard run on 1st down, they go backwards 5 yards, 6 yards.
She didn't have to fall on it. She could have picked it up and ran.
So now 3rd and uncomfortable for a Philadelphia offense that hasn't completed a pass here tonight. So make it 3rd and 7 now for Philadelphia. Again, they need to touch the Divas 30-yard line. You got to think it's 4-down territory. 3 minutes to go. Here in regulation, in the final game of the regular season for both these teams, final game of the season for the Phantoms. The Divas have playoffs in front of them in 2 weeks. So this time they're shifting things around. So you don't know who the quarterback's going to be. It looks like it'll be number 4, Davis. And Davis going left side, got some space.
Got some.
Cuts it back. Looks like she should have stayed wide. She's going to be caught up short. And there's a flag on the play. What's the flag for? No, there's multiple flags. Oh, boy. They're throwing all the laundry.
Too late to get angry, Philly.
Yeah, a lot of flags here.
You should have got off the bus mad. You down 55-0 with 2:01 to play. Too late.
Yeah, coach is letting them know exactly that, telling them to get on the field. Keith Smith not happy with his team right now. So 2 minutes to go. Let's see what all the accounting is on this one, because there was flags immediately with the tackle. There was flags, one flag after that, then another flag after the play was over, as the referees try to figure it all out. Here we go. The referee, personal foul, face mask on the Divas. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down. Then after the play, unsportsmanlike, also on the Divas. Wow, they're going to put Philadelphia in great position, but then Philadelphia gives the unsportsmanlike. So that's going to offset 1st down, though, for Philadelphia. So Philadelphia will get the face mask to get the 1st down, but the 2 personal fouls cancel one another out. So, but either way, good news for Philly, who's in the deepest territory of the game, and who knows, maybe the season right now. Ball sitting at the 16-yard line of the Divas with 2 minutes to go.
And then King. Was that King? Yeah, King got involved. I didn't quite know, but we didn't hear what was said.
Yeah, both teams.
Whatever it was, it's not worth letting the team that's scoreless score on you.
Well, yeah, so the 2 unsportsmanlikes cleared each other out. So there was no unsportsmanlike penalty on either team in the end, but there was the face mask on the Divas that puts Philadelphia in a great spot here. The referees.
And we are treating this score like it's a victory, but it is a point that when you haven't scored.
Exactly. Team that's, again, been frustrated all year. And here tonight without a true quarterback, it's been, quarterback by committee. It's like one of these. It's more like a baseball team that has the bullpen game.
Yeah.
They're doing it at quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
you
not ideal.
You don't want to be goaded into this. They got played.
Yeah. So, again, out of the shotgun, it's going to be Flagger. First play after the 2-minute timeout for the Phantoms. Going left side. Got a lot of blocking over there. It looked like she had the edge, but
had the edge for a second.
Really good tackle there on the edge.
Had the edge for a minute.
No, she did, and then guess who came over there?
Yeah.
Narceska Arzu. Arzu, who started the season injured, was good to see her back on the field.
That ain't happening here.
Arzu was a big-time player for this defense last year.
Yeah, closing speed, man. She just made up her mind that I'm going to close this gap immediately.
We got an injured Philly player, too. I think that was the ball carrier, yeah. That was Flagger, who got taken down hard by Arzu. Now
that 8 minutes just flew.
Going to have to get off the field.
I'm a fan of this running clock.
So, again, out of the shotgun. This time it's going to be Ray Davis going right side. She's going to get held up. No, spins out of attack. Oh, hit hard at the 20-yard line. What a hit.
Oh, my goodness.
That was Arzu again coming up, fired up.
Boy, that was crazy. Woo. That was crazy.
Arzu with another big
Yeager
hit.
just, Rachel just did this, made up her mind. She wasn't going to hit a dead man. She'd been right up here in the booth with us because she did nothing.
It was a false start.
Yeah, she just stood out, just stood there. Look at her. Nothing.
Right here. Coming up here. Boom. Yeah. Oh, Arzu. And here was another good tackle there, too. That was, I want to say that was, looked like
I'd love to be
Gabrielle
in that film study with her when they go over the film.
Gabriella D'Angelo was the other one in there and made a nice play. So that's going to be a timeout by the Phantoms with 46 seconds to go. They called a false start on that play, too, but I think the Divas, I'm not sure if they're going to back them up or not. Yeah, it looks like they're going to back them up. So they'll back them up, put them at the 24-yard line.
I mean, we're not creating this up, folks. This is real. It's 55-0, and here we are.
I know.
I'm really anticipating are they going to give up a point?
Right.
Because they keep the streak. They haven't scored a point this season.
Yeah, I mean, Divas beat them in Week 1, 71-0. The Virginia Panthers 22-0. The Pittsburgh Passion 62-0. Baltimore Nighthawks 44-0. Tampa Bay Inferno 42-0 last week. So, yeah, I mean, if you're Philadelphia, this would be worth the trip, right?
Yeah.
This would be worth the traffic and the drive down
here.
You
came down here with 13 people.
Yeah.
And jumped on your scoreboard.
That's right. They've had lost people during this game. I think they had 16 to start the game. They might have 13 now, 12. Here we go.
The Divas have got to force a turnover. They cannot go out like this.
Ray Davis is, again, back there taking the snap. Kind of like a wildcat position.
Took too much time.
Oh, my goodness, the delay game again.
Here's a good idea. Let's make it longer and further away from the end zone.
So they back them up 5 more.
This is amazing. I didn't get to talk to any NBA with you today, too.
Crazy finish last night.
Oh, my goodness. Defense, brother. I knew you loved it.
That's a good series. I think it's going 7.
Yeah, I hope it goes 7.
Yeah, I think you're going 7.
I hope it goes 7.
So Davis now out of the shotgun. Low snap. Oh, between her legs. Oh, my goodness. Pushed on the ground. Does she get it? No, it's still loose. The Divas are going to try to pick it up, and they fall on it. Do they? I don't know who has it. And there's a flag at midfield, too.
Oh, my goodness.
This is just a scrum. The clock's running meanwhile. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this might make Barnum and Bailey.
That was crazy. I was really surprised one of the Divas didn't try to just pick it up and run with it at that point, but instead they tried to dive on it just to end it. The flag is disregarded, they're saying pick up the flag. The guy lost the flag, I think, running. So it's Philadelphia's ball, and I think it's whatever in goal, 60 yards to the end zone they have to get. And that's the game as the clock has run out. Wow. What a crazy finish. No, they're saying Philly called timeout. No. Philly called timeout with a few seconds left, so that's not the last play. We're going to get one more play, it looks like, barring a defensive penalty.
What better outcome could this be now for a Hail Mary? You got to at least think it.
Yeah, you got to try it.
You have to at least think it.
Well, the problem is, without having a real quarterback, you have somebody that's got the arm to get you down the field. And, I mean, you're like, we're talking like 60 yards out in this case. So 2 seconds left. Look at this. Here was the fumble. See the Divas diving on the ball, and they were unable to recover it. And it was complete chaos there as King and D'Angelo couldn't trace it down. But now, last play of the game, a 3rd and goal, which is basically a 3rd and 60. Basically a 3rd and 60 at this point. So 2 seconds to go. Ali's going to go back to pass, drop it back. Long throw, turn it around, and incomplete.
What's so funny is the tackle didn't hit a dead man. He didn't even attempt to block for her.
So that'll do it. Divas finish the season with another shutout. A bookend to shutouts against Philadelphia to start the season and to end the season. The Divas now get a week off before the postseason, where they'll be hosting most likely Tampa Bay in round 1. So,
wow.
Divas finish off the season on a high note with wins, of course, over Pittsburgh, and now with Philadelphia in back-to-back weeks.
Can't be mad at that. Not at all.
So, want to thank our great crew, our Linecar crew, guys who get it done, the production crew, guys who weathered the elements tonight to make us allow us to bring you this broadcast.
Yes,
appreciate all those guys. Thanks to Rich Daniel and the Divas staff for helping us out get ready for this one as well. Until the playoffs in 2 weeks. For Doc Walker, I'm Scott Jackson, saying so long here from Annandale High School, where tonight the DC Divas took down the Philadelphia Phantoms, shutting them out 55-0, and the Divas now get ready for the postseason in 2 weeks. And until then, thank you once again. Happy Father's Day to everybody. We'll talk to you in a few weeks. Happy Father's Day.